Hey y'all. Happy Black Friday. Even though I know most of us is black every day. How y'all doing? Glad y'all up in here. We got to gossip. We got the gossip, honey. The story continues to unfold, and we ain't finna let it go. We ain't finna let it go. So y'all come on up in here, get comfortable. Get comfortable because as long as it's still rolling, we gonna roll with it. How y'all doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please hit the like button as you come in the door. Yes, hit the like button as you come in. I hope y'all had a wonderful holiday, not so much weekend. It feel like a weekend. Um, to be honest, sis, I don't know why they called it Black Friday. I've heard rumors about it having to do with the slave auctions, different things like that. None of that has been corroborated for me. Like I don't know whether that's what it is or not, but I joke about it because I am black every day. Every day I wake up. Now, if there was a day that I did not wake up, then I possibly could not have been black for that one. But every day I woke up, I was indeed black. I was indeed black every time I woke up. So that's why I joke about it. All right. But y'all come hit that like button and let me holler at y'all real quick. Okay. Kim Bird is in the house. Hey, boo. Serene. Hey, sis. All right. Happy Black Friday or Black Every Day. Okay. This is the happy after Thanksgiving. Jackie Gaines, how you doing, Miss Sparkle? Our resident Mary Kay lady is in the house. We got Quiet Storm 87. Hey, girl. Queen of Hearts KS, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, all right. Some of y'all just got y'all text messages from me. So I'm glad y'all sliding. What's up, God's anointed daughter? What's going on? Nacho Twins mama in the house. DV up in here. How you doing? Drea Loving Life. How you doing, gorgeous? How are you? LJ. Hey, boo. Happy Friday. I know that's right. Ellie from Miami is up in here. Who's Kira? This pretty girl is up in here who we so proud of. Glad to see you. Happy to be happy. Glad you made it. Kai. Hey, my Kai. Girl, we got more gossiping to get into. It's finna listen. We got to dig into it because it's happening, right? Hey, it's the beautiful and gorgeous Niecy Rose. Hey, love. I got to send your package off. I did get what I told you I was going to get for you. I just got to make it to the post office. The holiday got me looking silly around here, but I got your stuff. Hey, Shanika C, how you doing? Patricia Robinson, how are you? How are you? Good to see you. Okay, who else we got? Cool Gamer in the house. What's happening? BJ Dez, all right, good to see you. Miss Knox, hello, how are you? Glad to see you. We don't get to hang with you often, so I'm glad to see you. Kenya 330, how you doing? All right, y'all slide on in and get comfortable. Cheryl, you made it. All right, my big sis is here with her beautiful self, Lily, the red lipstick hustler, honey. Y'all know what it is. Sarah B, hey, beautiful. Yes, I had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. Yes, it is official. You saw the thumbnail. It is official, honey. The Guabadias, Porsha. Hey, come again. I know that's right. Ain't nothing like a good leftover. I was busting them leftovers open early, okay? 2-2 for you, for your info. What's happening, gorgeous? First lady, how you doing? Beautiful lady, good to see you. Yes, you know we had to go live. Now, see, for the royal family, we got an event in like a couple of hours called a sip and craft. So we're going to be up in there sipping on libations and making crafts. And the girls that don't make craft, they're not crafty. They're just going to be sipping while the rest of us craft. And we're going to do a whole lot of trash talking and gossiping and drinking. and cutting up in a few hours. But until that happens, I was like, child, we got the gossip. Hey, Lisa Gordon, how you doing? Virgo Gale 59, beautiful picture. What a lovely lady. I told y'all all the pretty girls find their way to this porch. Rochelle, what's up? Hey, Gaby, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay. Hee L in the house. You say that's what you eat, them leftovers. Well, girl, them leftovers be bumping, don't they? Them leftovers be bumping. I don't know what I don't know what I'd do without a leftover. I don't know. There go my sis Marilyn McGowan. What's up, boo? So listen. Y'all, the gossip has evolved. Emerald, come help me with this ceiling fan. Y'all, I was having a hot flash. I had the fan on. Now the hot flash done left. My whole body is about to freeze and fall off. I don't know what I'm gonna do. These hot flashes need to be more consistent, okay? Make that thing go away. It needs to disappear because I can't take it. Whew. Ooh. Keep going. I think that's the one. Is that the one? Okay. Oh, thank you for saving your mama. Oh, child. Y'all. Yes, them hot flashes is mean, man. They come through, kicking like kung fu, and next thing you know, they'll just drop off. And then you done turn the air down, got fans on and stuff, and now you about to freeze. It feels like a deep freeze in here. And that's because a hot flash had me tripping. But anyway, enough about me and my hormones or lack thereof. Hey, Escrow Marty. That's right. Fan me off. I'm hot, like stolen Chanel, like me up in jail. Listen. I was telling Gabor, I got that whole album on replay. The whole thing just be on replay. I don't even shut it off. Just let it run. DS, how you doing? Glad you made it. Yes, goodness. You know what, though? If I'm going to be real, Escrow Marty, I was thinking when she wrote that song, Heated, she must have been, going through a hormonal period. Because it was giving me, menopause. It was giving me menopause. And I was feeling it. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. When y'all hear me make an old joke, it's only because I can relate to them heifers. When you see me laughing because Giselle was barely able to get that leg up because it was real stiff, that's not hate. That's laughing. That's laughter. That's relation. I can relate to you. I might not be able to relate to her nastiness, but I can relate to your stiff joints. I can relate to the fact that you was over there trying to show Karen what y'all did in that dance class and had to fall back on that floor and roll around to your knees to get back up. I can relate to that. Okay, that's my life. I understand that. Okay? Right. Listen, it's real. I can relate. So now listen, this is the first thing we're going to get out the way. Apparently. Yes, it's relation. I can relate. Okay, that's why I laughed at her talking about something she wanted to go. That's why I laughed at Giselle talking about she want a young man. Baby, I rolled laughing the way she rolled up off Karen's float. Because I know for a fact, you can't put me in the ring with no young man. And I can't do nothing for him. I won't know whether to burp him or to beat him. And Giselle ain't gonna know what to do with no little boy either. You know what I'm saying? She was just talking to be talking. You understand? See, I know. Mm-hmm. Just making noise. But the first things first, y'all. We always got to put the first thing first, which is hit that like button. If you don't mind, hit the like button. And the next thing we got to talk about is apparently, y'all, Porsha has done the deed. Hey, sunshine. Y'all hit the like button as you come in. Welcome, gorgeous. Yep. That's right, Lily. Tell him. Lily say, I don't want a young man. Nope. Hell no. I did not keep up my physical fitness and the dexterity in my fingers or the flexibility in my joints to deal with nobody's little boy. I can't do nothing for children but beat them. That's it. Now, Allie from Miami say Giselle may want a young man, but do young men want her? First of all, she talking. The minute that young boy mess around and walk like 1 mile per hour too fast, she gonna be done. She just lying. She just talking. Don't pay Giselle no attention, honey. Y'all don't know not to listen to her. I thought y'all knew. But yes, child, this is the news. This is the news. Say congrats. I honestly didn't think she would marry him. They made for each other. Well, I told you that man got plans and y'all don't want to believe me. Hey, Red Majestic Diva. Hey, my Kia Cocoa Pop. All right, she down there in Macon, Georgia. We got Yvette here all the way from Birmingham, England. What's up, sis? Good to see you. So, yes, it is official, honey. They is married. Porsha can now do her Suge Avery. I's married now. I said I's married now because she is married, honey. They said I do at the Four Seasons in Atlanta. Okay. They say the wedding guests couldn't bring their cell phones, so it ain't gonna be very many pictures online. Hey, Nina Ross. And they said that the official images will be sold. If anybody want, they gonna sell the official images, and ain't nothing being filmed for reality TV. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Escrow mighty crazy talking about we did it, Joe. I guess so. I guess so. They went on and did that. Honey, they got the license in August and they did the deed at the Four Seasons in Atlanta. On time too, because remember they had changed that date to November 20 something other. I forgot what date, but they went on and did it. And you wonder when she gonna be released. What you need to be wondering is she gonna get out of that alive? Y'all don't be. It's like y'all don't believe me when I talk. Y'all sit up there and tell she ain't gonna get. I say yes, she is. That man is up to something. Ever since he had that girl walk up there and put that ring on his hand, and her eyes was looking glassed over, I say she done got him. Y'all ain't want to believe me. Now I'm telling you, the other women escape. She ain't going to. You don't believe me. Don't believe me. Just sit there and don't believe me. The outfit Monique and Chris wore was nice. Well, that's cool. I mean, I don't want nobody dressing nice to go to my funeral. Oops, I mean wedding. Lily say making her coins from the photos. I don't trust that. I don't trust them either, Lily. I'm so scared for Porsha. You say the foot has been shook. Yeah. Hey, Delightful by Design, how you doing? Yeah, I'm telling you. Candy, thank you. Candy, I say, yep, I believe you, Seanitra. That's real talk. Yeah, but that's what I'm scared of. Everybody sitting up, thinking real, on the surface. Y'all better look a little bit deeper. Y'all better look just a little bit deeper. Right. Because at the end of the day, you say not the funeral. Yes, don't be dressing up pretty to go to my funeral. Hopefully Thoughtlandia has a plan, girl. Hopefully Thoughtlandia got some blessed oil. That's what Thoughtlandia gonna need, some blessed oil, because I believe that man is dangerous and diabolical as hell. I'm sorry, just something about him it spooks me out. And like I said, ever since that video, when Porsha went and got that ring and she went walking over there to put it on that man's hand and her eyes was all glassed over, I say, oh hell, he done got her. Run, Porsha, it's too late. I'm scared. What's up, Miss Kaiser? So say. Lisa, all I can say is, it has begun. Right, it has begun. I'm scared for her. I'm trying to figure out why her mama and them ain't scared. They did look good to her funeral. I mean, wedding. The nigga said, I believe, sis. I don't know what the outcome of this gonna be. I'm telling you, okay, so we on the same page. This girl is in trouble and she don't know it. First of all, I ain't even gonna say everything I want to say. Those of y'all that's gonna be to the sipping craft tonight, we'll get into it. Y'all know how we get into it when we get into Zoom and we be drinking and talking and having our events. We'll get into that tonight. So she need to get his money and leave him if she can. Right, altar call for Porsha. That's more like it. That's more like it. Who's curious? Say hashtag pray for Porsha. I think Porsha done got herself into a pickle this time, y'all. I'm so scared for that girl, and I ain't even joking. I guess congratulations. I don't. Say wait till Porsha get home tonight and see that ring don't come. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, LEL. Why did this feel like the beginning of a horror movie for me? It's like we got the little pretty girl been running around partying, having fun, dating and marrying multiple people. Just life's a big party. Then you meet this dude and you thinking it's all good. And next thing you know, it's a chicken foot done been shook. Now the ring don't come off. All the light bulbs working in the house again. You can see everything. Candy R says she may not make it out alive. It's just a shame that she is not aware. Porsha, girl, you in trouble. Yes. Yes. Oh no, we're gonna say it tonight in that sipping craft. Now, if you come on to the event tonight, okay, at 8 p.m. Central, we will be in Zoom for the sipping craft, and I'll say it there. I'll say it then. Lord, come again so crazy talking about you blaming BDE for this L. I ain't. I'm blaming the chicken foot. Yeah, because Cordell wasn't shaking chicken feet. Cordell was around there shaking other people's. Shut up, Seanitra. You sent me an email. Was it about this? Because if you sent me an email about that Shanquella stuff, I'm going to tell y'all as soon as I see that girl name, I'm deleting it. Because I keep saying it. I don't think y'all hit me. First lady say, well, I thought the wedding would have been in his country. They're going to have one over there too. They're going to have one over there too. That's what I'm saying. He putting a lot on this. Right. Hey, Vita from Denver. Hey, Bianca Edwards. How you doing, beautiful? Say, I hope she don't have that baby near her. The man be holding the baby, walking around with the baby like it's his baby. I'm telling you. What's up, little Mackie? It was good. I had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. Right. I hope it don't end in a free Porsha too. I hope not. I don't think that man looked like no silverback. I mean, Shrek I'll give him, but not no silverback. Silverbacks are beautiful and majestic. What are you saying? Hey, Debbie Garcia, we got one of the Debs here, so we could really talk RHOP because we got to get into that. I hope y'all seen this last sneak peek that came out. I hope y'all seen that because that's what we got to talk about. Oh, you got 3 bottles of wine. Okay. Child, I don't know. I don't know nothing about no workhorse. I doubt he need her for work. I'm going to just say that. Not for that kind of work. Say Dennis better get PJ. Child. Hopefully this don't be like Erica Jane Part 2. I mean, why would it be? That man got a legitimate petroleum business. So I seriously doubt it's going to be Erica Jane Part 2. When I say free Porsha, I'm talking about free her from this man. Girl, he is made funny. Oh, Lord. He cut real funny. I mean, real funny. Say, I want to get in the ring with Robin and Gizzard Neck myself. Now, First Lady, you too pretty to be fighting men. Don't you get in that ring with Robert. Don't you be fighting no man. I don't care if you can beat him. It ain't no good. It's not a good look. Okay. Hey, Miss Gardner, what's up, girl? So listen. Let's get into Potomac, okay? Into Potomac. Now, if y'all saw the preview, over on the Peach Report or whatever, the preview with Candace and Wendy, Karen, and Ashley sitting down to the table talking, put a 1 in the chat. If you saw the last sneak peek from Sunday with those 4 ladies talking, put a 1 in the chat. Because we got to talk about this, y'all. I feel like there is another possibility, another dimension to what's going on. I do. In my heart, I do. Hey, Amani Taylor. Oh, I see some ones. So y'all saw this. Girl, you know I had to go live. And Money, I had to get my gossip on now. You ain't seen it? Pick up your cell phone and go to the Peach Report. Go to the Peach Report Daily on the Peach Report on Instagram. They have it. Let me see if there's anybody else who's showing it. Bravo Shade Room has it too. Watch it because I want to make sure because we all got to talk about this. You want to slap Robert and Gizzard and scrub her on the floor. All right. Y'all go jump on Gizzard and that dude jump on your back. Don't say I didn't warn you. You ain't seen it? Well, get your butt to Instagram and see it. Yeah, when they met to the restaurant. That's the one I just said. Okay? So listen, that offered a new perspective on what in the hell is going on. Hey, Tom G, come again. Go to Instagram. Either hit Peach Report or Bravo Shade Room. Watch the clip of them at that table so you can know what we talking about. Okay? So listen, they is to the table. And I know this is bad English, but this thing really got my attention that hard. I said at this point, bump good English. We'll go back to the good English later. Hey, Queena. So Wendy come in there. The other girls was already there. They sitting down. They ordering drinks. They chilling or whatever. Ashley asked her how she feeling. And she was like, she hurt. You know what I'm saying? I understand what by her being saying she hurt or whatever. But in a way, not really, because I wouldn't have been hurt. I'd be pissed. I would be offended and pissed, but I can't tell nobody else how to feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You can feel how you feel. Me, I'd have been offended and pissed. Well, let me take that back. I wouldn't have been offended and pissed. I'd have been offended and laughing because I'd have called 911 on that Sasquatch that night. I would have never stood up, traded words or nothing. She'd have thrown that drink. And baby, I'd have started calling 911 and reporting that there was a large Hispanic gentleman trying to attack me right there at that table. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have went no further than that. She'd have went to jail. It'd have been a different conversation. A whole different conversation. However, I digress. Miss Thing says she was hurt. And she went to talking about, the fact that she tried to fight me over Peter. Like, I think that's what's really tearing Wendy up. Like, really, you did all this and you blaming it on Peter, girl? This what you doing? Is this really what you doing? And so, right, Lily, 911 would have been, someone please call 911. That's what would have went down. Faster the snake will bite your heels, as my grandma used to say. Well, that's what the Bible say. They'll bruise your heel. But yeah, you say Peter. Yeah, Peter was the trigger. She say, and it all over Peter. Like, how did we go this far? Oh yeah, she'd have got a dragon that night, baby, because the Dade County, Miami PD would have had to come get her. She'd have been in the Dade County jail that night. I'm just telling you. You say Juan's roommate trying to save himself with that interview. Probably so. But that ain't where I'm going with this. And so Wendy got to talking, and she was like, she didn't understand where Mia dug all this brother stuff up from, because Peter was sitting up there telling her that they used to that G, Mia, Peter, and his girlfriend at the time used to go on vacations, and I guess they was real cool, like she say at a point. Hey, Italia, and they used to kick it together, and said that Mia did some snake stuff to his girlfriend at the time, so he stopped messing with them like that. Okay. Now, do I believe Wendy? Yes, I do. The question is, do we believe Peter? Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna say this. I believe Peter could be telling the truth, y'all. Hey, Glennis, what up, sis? You coming to the sipping craft tonight? Because, I like it when you get to sipping. You get to really talking. Say they all from Charlotte. Mm-hmm. But they was all in Charlotte. Peter ain't from no Charlotte. He was just there. Mary say Mia didn't fight for her mama heart like that. She was fighting for Peter. I gave her Peter, oh, my baby brother, but listen, let me tell you something. I didn't buy that my brother stuff, but now it's starting to make sense. Tom G said, I bet the getaways involve keys and bowels. Oh, and bowels? Why in keys and bowls? Oh, keys and bowls. I was like, bowels. Okay, I'm glad I read that wrong. Oh, thank God my eyes going bad and you wasn't going crazy. Keys and bowls. I don't know, baby. Say, but ain't none of that Mia's business. Now I'm going to tell y'all what I think is going on here. That's right. I'm glad you laughing, because once you start drinking, Glennis, you go to talking. Say, oh yes, just watched it. There's something more to that. Right. So you're right. That lounge, he had that lounge there, and I think another business. Right. He was just over there chilling. Say, Peter always in the ladies' mix, so he might be telling part of the story. But okay, now Nisi, back to more to this. Hey, Sharon White, more to this part right here, right? This don't sound like women's business. No. We not gonna keep going with that trope. I know Nene had a winner with it, and I love Nene, but this don't apply to that, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you why. If they was all hanging out as couples, Peter and his girlfriend, and then Mia and her husband, that's couples business. That's not women's business like that. If he was with that woman and that woman said she did some snake stuff to me, I don't like her, and we ain't hanging with them no more, then he really didn't have nothing else he could do with that. We can't put this one on Peter. No. But I'm going to get a couple more of y'all comments, and I'm going to tell y'all what I really think. Alice say it might be true. Peter stopped hanging around with Apollo and they was tight. Right. And that's what I get from Peter. When some stuff don't go right, Peter just get distance from you. He don't keep fooling with you. Say Wendy mama don't like what happened either. She made a post on IG saying Wendy and her other kids don't want her to speak out. Oh. Well, all I'm going to say is, yeah, leave mama out of it because mama be done went left. Understandably so. Hey, Auntie Eva. Hey, Just Jules. Hey, Lala. Shanika say, do you think Mia wants Peter like Wendy implicated? No. I don't think it's quite that cut and dry. So I agree. Peter probably is telling the semi-truth. I think he told the whole truth. Now I'm gonna say that. Now, one thing about Peter will tell people's business. He get involved with stuff that don't have nothing to do with him and tell business. Or even if he's slightly involved, he'll start, blabbing stuff that is messy. But he ain't never just out and out lied on nobody. That's why I be looking at people funny when they make up the scam stories. I'm like, and with no proof, y'all calling this dude a scammer. Messy, feminine energy, absolutely. Ho hopper, yes. He like them young girls. We done seen proof of that. But I ain't never really caught this dude lying. And y'all know I be looking for the lie. Y'all know Nitra looks for the lie. Nisa say, oh, I see that point too. Something big had to happen amongst them. Right. Something done went on. Mia has a jealous heart. I think that light skin is everything. Up close Mia is basic, period. Up close Mia is manly. I caught them people on Twitter calling that woman a Neanderthal. I said, merciful Father. Mary said, I think Mia might have tried to sleep with Peter's woman. That's what it is. But the lady didn't say she tried to, groove on her or tried to get no rhythm from her. The lady told Peter that she did some snake stuff to her. That's not snake stuff. That might be, some creepy stuff. Hey, Miss Gigi, but that wouldn't qualify as no snake stuff. Right. Peter wasn't the one who told on Apollo. He did. That wasn't how that happened. I have to go back into that, but that's not how that went down. Esther say, do you remember? Because what happened was he was trying to hold it down. Them feds and stuff got involved. When them feds get involved and they asking for stuff, you're going to give them their stuff. And people who make that noise about, oh, she shouldn't have said or whatever, it's people who ain't never been face to face with the feds. And I'm just telling you, as somebody who's been face to face with the feds, if you holding something, you're going to give it to them. You're not going to pretend you don't have it to try to argue with them people over it. Ain't nobody finna do fed time for you. Esther say, do you remember the couple episodes back when she met with Peter? Did she win home and talk it over with her husband? No contract? Yeah, she mentioned it to him. She didn't have no contract, but she went home and he asked about the money and stuff. Yeah, that's true, Esther. Hey, Drando. Say my mother sued him and his scamming brother. Oh, so now we got proof. Now we got it. Well, can you send me the proof? My email is here. If you don't want me to post it, I won't post it. But if I can see it, then I can say it. Y'all know I'm real funny because I got to protect me. I'm not rich. I can't afford lawsuits. Say my mama sued him and his scamming brother. Clayton County Courthouse has the receipts. But in this situation, I believe Patricia told Wendy that. Oh, I definitely believe he told Wendy that. I do believe that something did go on between his girlfriend and Mia. And sis, if you wouldn't mind, you ain't got to send me all of it. Just take a quick little shot with your phone, hit the email, Seanitra@fieldsdaughter.com, just so I can have it for my archives. So I can say, hey, I know for a fact that you did this, and that, and this is what the paperwork say. Now that's what I'm talking about, sis. I like that. I like that. Miss Kaiser say Mia must think Crater Face is everything too. I mean, I don't know. I don't think she think it's everything. She's sensitive about that crater face, as we see. Okay, y'all know me, and if I got proof, I'll talk about it. They just left the Peach Report to watch both reviews for next week, and I wanted to cry for Wendy, baby. The one with them at that table is the one that I want to talk about. Wait a minute, stop right here before I start getting into everything that's going on. One of y'all moderators, I need y'all to refresh the chat and check my likes because I hope this ain't right. Moderators only, please refresh the chat and check my likes and let me know. Because if that's the case, then we can go and wrap it. Drando say I can for sure have her pull the documentation from the courthouse. It was in 06. I definitely will. My mama wasn't the only one. Baby, send it to me. Send it to me because listen, y'all know on this porch ain't nobody safe. It ain't safe on the porch. Anybody can get it. All I need is cold hard facts, and I'm going in. I will go all the way in, and I could talk like I want to talk when I got paperwork. You see this, Drando, I love you. See, you understand how I move. All I need is paperwork to loosen my lips. Once the paperwork is there, my lips get loose, and then I can say what I want to say. Mm-hmm. Hey, Deborah. You ain't that late, girl. When Mia was in her 20s, didn't she have a cradle face? I don't know. I know she was a little rough looking. I know to me, she looked a little rough all the way around. So I don't know. Yeah, when she said cradle face, she felt a certain type of way. We got 99 likes. Okay. And we got 185 in the chat. That's how y'all treat me. I love y'all so much, and y'all treat me like this. How did he scam Cynthia? They was married. She signed for some stuff. She owed him $150,000. She withdrew it because according to him, he gave her money. Cynthia ain't said otherwise. What was the scam? Drando got proof of a scam. Cynthia ain't never said that man scammed her. See, that's what I be talking about. Y'all don't get the gossip right. Gossip is an art form. It is a science. We need paperwork and proof, not just repeating what people say. Hey, D. Marie. Atalia says if she was working as the lady of the night, then yes, she began her crater face journey. Y'all crazy. Not the crater face journey. Mia face look like plastic and it's not cute. It ain't. It looks like an Iron Man mask or Captain America. Say Mia had nice skin in her 20s. I don't know what happened. She tried to scrape the little bit of black off, and that's how it went down. 114 and counting. Okay, y'all showing me some love. I feel better now. Okay, I feel the love. I feel loved. Thank you. Don't love me like you do. Now let me tell y'all what I really think. Hey, Nano, since y'all done made me feel the love, now that I feel the love, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about how I really feel about this thing, right? Now, this is what I think is going on. This is what I think is going on. Hey, my plum. What I think is going on, y'all, is they sent Mia out. They sent Mia out. They being Robert and Rings. They sent Mia out for that hit job on Wendy. Mia stupid behind was like, well, I actually know Peter, even though they might not have been close no more, because I really believe Peter that they was not necessarily close no more like that. He quit fooling with them because of whatever went on between his ex-girlfriend and Mia, which was some snake-ish according to Wendy, right? That's what Peter said. I believe it. All right. Plum, thank you so much for the super sticker, sis. Now, what it looked like is she jumped out the window on it. Peter didn't give her what she was looking for. And when Peter didn't give her what she was looking for, what Miss Thing did was go to him to try to get it. And if we really gonna be honest, when she went to Peter, Peter really didn't give her nothing. Can we tell the truth? She went to Peter, and the only thing he said was, we did some business, and he mainly was like, well, she didn't even let me know she was in town, yada, 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 whatever, whoop de whoop. He didn't really give her too much. She was actually, if we go back and re-roll that tape, she was actually trying to badmouth Wendy, and he was checking her in a way. If y'all really want to be honest, think about it now, because She was like, she don't know what she want to do. And he was like, man, she's a professor. Like, he was telling her, like, this lady, a whole professor, why you saying that? And then, and she making candles. And she want to open the lounge, a restaurant, or whatever she said. So it's like she was the one trying to drag Wendy. Peter really didn't do no dragging. He didn't really do no dragging. And then she went over there to do that because when she came over there, Lord, Auntie Eva say Peter blew dust in her cradles. You know what? Now, Auntie Eva, I ain't never sent you to the corner, but you get mighty close. So then that explains why when Peter came over to the table, he wasn't acting ugly with Wendy. I felt like when she was calling him or whatever and getting in touch with him to say, hey, we're going to come over to the restaurant. Of course, Peter wants free publicity because it's Peter Thomas. Okay, that's number one. But when he was like, oh, tell her I got beef with her, it sounded like it was more playful. Mia tried to make it into something because she was going to try to do that hit job for Robert and Rings. Yeah, he seemed caught off guard with that FaceTime, right? Just like he was caught off guard. Just like he was caught off guard with her coming over there to try to get that dirt on that girl. I don't think Peter was really being super messy with that. Yep, she made them snide remarks about them candles like she didn't go try to sell candles too. So I definitely believe she did some snake stuff to his ex-girlfriend because look how she tried to play with Wendy with the candles and then got caught up because them wasn't really her candles. We're going to hold off on the scammer till I get that paperwork from Drando. Because we don't, y'all, until y'all can name somebody, we can't do that. Y'all know, like, listen, paperwork matters. You ain't sorry. You ain't sorry. You meant just what you said. He blew dust in her cradles. You meant just what you said. So anyway, I feel like she came back over to the table playing up that brother thing because she was like, okay, I do have some connection to him, even if it's a past connection, so I can use this as my excuse to fight with her. I think, y'all, when some of that stuff that Wendy was saying, I don't know how you and your husband get down or whatever. Like me and my husband don't do that. You know what I mean? She got mad, first of all, because Wendy didn't respond the way she wanted her to. But I think the other reason that Mia got triggered when she went to slinging purses and stuff, when she was like, well, you know, men and women and all that, I think at that moment, Mia realized she messed up. Mia went all the way turned to the She-Hulk because she's sitting there like, dang, what did Peter say to her? Like at that point, she realized Wendy been talking to Peter. What the hell did Peter say to Wendy? See, y'all remember, think back now. I don't want y'all getting to the end of my video talking about, oh yeah, now I remember. Shout out to Betty Wright. Don't y'all forget now, when Karen came back to that table, Karen said, now what you said about her and her husband, she said, now, is that true? Do you know that? Or were you speaking out of anger? What Wendy said, I didn't say that till after she threw that drink. So yes, it was out of anger, but it is a rumor. I have heard that, but she didn't. But notice she didn't tell us where she had heard that from. What do we know about Peter Thomas? Peter Thomas is messy, so it's quite possible that Peter is the somebody that Wendy done heard the dirt on Mia and Uncle G from. Now, the person I feel bad for in this too is Uncle G. Because, you know, even if he is a sneaky, freaky, nobody wouldn't have never known if that big dude he married to wasn't out there trying to attack women. Okay? Lala say, Mia man-face handler shows she has grade A jealousy toward Wendy. Oh, yeah. It was jealousy in the beginning, and I think it turned to desperation and rage and the fear of exposure. Now, that's what I think. That's what I think, y'all. Let me put this StreamYard in the chat because I want to know what y'all think going on. I believe that's what it was. I think she went out to do a hit job for Team Yellow and got mad because Wendy didn't take the bait through that drink, and she didn't expect Wendy to start running off at the mouth and possibly telling some stuff that she heard from Peter with the good skin. It do make more sense, Deborah. It do, because I'm like, okay. You've been obsessed with this girl. You came on the show obsessed with this girl. So that ain't no shocker. Not to me. But the way she went from being regular obsessed, slightly disgusting, throwing a drink to you turn to the She-Hulk, you done beat your own behind and broke your own nails. Something going on. Mia told us on the show, she said her and Gordon get down with other women. Mia likes to watch him. Yeah, but when Wendy said women and men too, the She-Hulk came out. Yes. Yes, now. LJ Forever say, mine finally made it to a live. Say, y'all know I'm to be up past my bedtime. Hey, boo, I'm glad you here. Yep, I said what I said. Patricia messy, but Patricia be telling people business. Patricia be telling people business. Y'all, that's what it looked like to me. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody come let me know I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. Right. She definitely thinks she better than Wendy, and I think that's what started her being so mad when she couldn't provoke that lady, Tracy. But when Wendy went to talking a little too freely, I feel like Mia got scared. I think Mia got, fear make you fight. Tracy, I think Mia got scared, and that's why the pocketbook and the cell phone went to flying, and she went to breaking her own nails and beating her tail. Oh, Lord. D. Marie say, was anybody surprised G is a freak? Child, I'm not. Tom G said, oh, that explains the anger. Very perceptive, Seanitra. Listen, I'm an experienced gossiper, okay? I've been gossiping since middle school. I get in it. I know how to watch and see watch people body language, faces, get the information as it come back, go back to the original incident, see if it match. Nope, that don't match. Oop, that match. I can tell y'all when something look funny. This is what it looked like to me. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. ST said, I think Mia trying to have a backup plan for when Gordon replaces her with a new young thing. What that got to do with this, though? Tie it in for me. It must be something you're trying to tell me. Tie it in. Type another message. The Life by Design said, I had a feeling that Mia was trying to come between the business of Wendy and Peter. Peter has told Wendy something. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of that, too, the Life by Design. It's possible that Mia was hoping that she could start a big mess, do the hit job. That's one bird, and maybe she could kill another bird with that stone. Like, I make Wendy fall out with Peter so she don't do business with him. So maybe Peter won't tell her my business. But then when Wendy started talking, I think that she started feeling like, dang, Peter might have already told my business. Hey, Janice. Oh, yes. Oh, now listen, at this point, y'all, my nose wide open. Now I wants to know everything Peter done told. Yeah, it's some pimping going on. It's some pimping going on. Now, I don't know what it is. That you know what though? Maybe that's why she got so mad last year. Essence, where you went, girl, come back. Maybe that's why she got so mad with Candace last year. Turn off your stream so we don't get the echo, baby. But how you doing, Allie? But maybe that's why she got so mad at Candace last year for saying, pimp, come get your hoe. You know what I'm saying, y'all? It's something to that. Allie, what you think?
I agree with you because Mia's doing way too much. She's trying to find a moment, and she's thinking that Simon was Gazelle, and Ron's roommate is going to keep her on the show.
But do you think that she got spooked when Wendy started talking, or what?
I know she got spooked because Mia be forgetting that half the things she be saying, she be telling on the show. Because I swore up and down, she said that her and G be having threesomes.
She did last say season. That. Yeah, but Wendy didn't just say what other. She didn't say nothing about your man going with women. She said, yeah, y'all be messing with women and men. She said that like she knew something.
But I remember is sometime when Peter be talking, especially if he got a few drinks, he be spilling everybody's tea.
Right, Peter tell you business. Lord, Tracy say G a old ashy freak. Y'all wrong for talking about Uncle G like that.
Someone in the chat said they think she was referring to swinging, and I'm thinking, what if it was Jacqueline and her ex-man?
Ooh,
could be.
Because they said there was a throuple. And
well, they wasn't saying they was a throuple. They were saying they didn't want people to accuse them of that. And remember when she was getting ready to take that shower, she said to Mia, because Mia was like, it's two heads in the shower, girl. And she was like, then people gonna be accusing us of being a throuple. She was like, what else is new?
Well, remember the first scene where we met Jacqueline when they went to the restaurant, and Jacqueline sat next to G, and she had to explain the whole the whole breakdown of their friendship, she did say that they were a throuple. She said that herself.
Well, but she was joking, and y'all know it because she said,
I don't know.
not.
I know
She
it.
said not to sleep together, but I share him with her. So she was not insinuating that they slept together.
They could be
Now,
swapping.
But you
no,
have to take what Mia
she
said face
she
value.
very clearly said that. Now I don't like that heifer, but I'm not finna lie on her. She didn't say that. Nano says, Seanitra, I read on TW that one of the picks. Yeah, but this is the thing. Y'all forget that Peter and Cynthia were not really together at the end. They was pretending so she could still have that for that show. So I'm not even finna get into that. If Cynthia all right with going with these men and letting them have other women, if she like it, I love it. I'm not even beating on that. I want to know why Mia snapped.
Okay, here's another theory. You know how they met in the
Hey, the essence of static, pretty girl. How you doing? Go ahead, boo.
That's me.
Okay.
I changed my name on YouTube.
Wow. Okay. Hey, Scorpio Queen. Go ahead.
So you know how they met in that escorting club? Maybe you know how Mia like to run at the mouth and she doesn't have a filter. So maybe she told some stories about how, she would let G bring a friend from time to time before they even got married. You don't know, we don't know how far back the tea actually goes. So I think that could be it too. She probably was in that club getting her money and they was getting a little freaky and he probably brought a friend from time to time.
But bringing a friend still would not have, that still don't match what Wendy said when that girl got activated. It still don't match.
What did she say again? She said, how y'all be sharing your bed with men and women?
That's how
y'all get down,
Mia and her
sleeping with
husband go
men
down.
and women and talking about some, oh, you mad at me because you effing Peter. Oh, everything, baby. Oh, all of that stuff is when Miss Thing got activated. The She-Hulk came out.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Now, it's one thing when you talking about swinging. Swinging don't mean that men be going with each other. That don't be normally what's happening.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe, Wendy could have just been throwing a little tidbit in because she's been around these girls for so long that she like, okay, people say stuff out their mouth all the time, so let me just slide something in there eloquently.
No, she did not just slide that in. Did you not hear what she said? She clearly said, I spoke out of anger, but that is a rumor, and I did hear that. So that she didn't just slide that in. She repeated what she heard.
But heard from who?
That's the question. Did she hear it from Peter? Because now we getting further information.
I don't think she heard
Peter was running his mouth.
I think
Peter is messy. Peter always telling stuff he ain't got no business telling.
I don't think it was Peter. I think Peter was a plant. You know how they have their little seasonal meetings beforehand? I think Peter was a plant from the jump, is what I think.
Yeah, a plant for Wendy to be saying she was gonna do a business with him, not for Mia to look for a storyline. And we saw Peter wasn't even participating in it. If he was a plant for that, he would have been a participant, and he really wasn't.
But we see the bullying and the the entitlement as far
Peter
as
was talking. Peter was talking, and I want to know. I don't think so. But see, I have prior experience with Peter. I know what I'm saying. I'm not slow. Peter was talking.
You think so?
Peter was talking. Peter was talking.
Peter's
I
always
want to know
talking.
everything he said, because if Wendy's saying that, it's some more she not saying. Because I feel like Wendy ain't saying everything Peter said because she trying not to burn bridges. But Peter done ran his mouth. And I feel like as much as he said, in my opinion, Mia scared he done said something else too. Oh, yes.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yes. Mia is scared, baby. She over there shaking in her athletic cup, trying to figure out what in the hell Peter done told.
I don't know. I wonder why. Because you know what? I will say to your point that when Mia was being thirsty, very much thirsty and dehydrated, Peter looked so disinterested. Like he was never supposed to be on Team Mia, period. You know what I'm saying? And
he was only there as a business person to get free press for Bar One, Baltimore, Bar One, Miami, and whatever. He was just there for the free press. Like, yeah, I'm a business person. I'm in the area. Bar One, Baltimore is fairly new or whatever. So that's, to get him some hype. Mia tried to make fetch happen, and then once Wendy like gave no energy, she went too far. And when Wendy went to running off at the mouth, that girl got scared. I'm telling y'all, that's what makes sense. I'm the rest of that. Hey, Lily girl, what you think going on?
Seanitra, exactly what we said in the chat. The PIMP. I'm gonna tell you why I can't stay long. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because I know somebody that actually knew Mia from when she lived in Charlotte. Remember I told you about the strip club?
Yeah, you had told me.
He took Mia to a pool room with him. And while she was with him, she was bending over wanting the other man to look at her and stuff. He said she was busy flirting with the other man while she was there with him. I don't like the way she carries herself.
Nope.
You get what I'm saying?
Horella.
She carries herself like it's okay with her and G both, if it make any sense. I don't want to say nothing to get your channel in trouble, but y'all, it's obvious.
Oh wow, I see what you're saying.
I don't even watch this show anymore because I can't stand Mia, Giselle, and Robin. But y'all, it's obvious. And the little clippings I see on YouTube, come on.
Yep.
In last season.
Yep.
And when she first came on there, the first day they was at Karen's house.
Yeah.
Remember the things she said when they was at Karen's house? When she met G, he was married. She said when they got together, he was married.
And she was bragging about it this season. Yeah, I went on a girls trip to Miami. He crashed our girls trip and he was still married and we was hunching on the beach. I did everything but pee-pop on the handstand and people was watching it. I say, oh, Horella.
Everything she displays on that show tells me H.O.
Yes, sir. Whole problem ain't no problem.
And I'm going to tell you, it's some husbands that's okay with that.
Shout out to JT Money with them whole problems. Honey, G got whole problems.
But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not saying G is doing this because I want to protect your show and myself too. But you can tell what's going on there. What husband allows his wife to, not saying he can control her, but what husband would want his wife telling their personal business about their sex life on television? And she so freely carried the spirit of Jezebel. Freely. She don't even care. She puts it out there. And if she get mad at Wendy for saying something, that's BS because, girl, you letting us know what you do.
But, baby, listen. As much as she let y'all know on the surface, you know what that tell me, sis? That tell me it's something deep, dark, dirty, and grimy up underneath. What else have you done, you nasty hooker, you?
Yes.
Something went on. Oh, so listen, because I grew up around some proud hoes. I mean, some real low down, dirty gutter snipes. Okay, they proud hoes. They ain't hiding it. Okay,
I've seen a lot because growing up without parents, I've seen a lot. And I ain't gotta lay it out. I'm telling y'all, I've seen some of the worst.
I've seen some of the best and some of the worst. And what it looked like to me, everything she putting on the surface is the part that she think is cute. It's some stuff that she don't think is too cute that she did. That hooker scared of somebody telling. And you right, sis. She got the spirit of Jezebel with the face of Caesar Augustus. She out there doing some grimy
but Seanitra,
stuff.
It's kind of scary because I never seen a housewife carry on like even Portia got more sense than Mia. Her spirit seemed like it's something worse than the Jezebel. I don't know how to describe it, but it's something worse than the Jezebel.
Yes, sir.
It's ignorance.
Girl, it's more than ignorance. I'm telling you, it's something low down, dirty, and grimy.
Yeah, it's me and Seanitra, we on one accord.
Yes,
no, I understand what you're saying, but I think that Mia, like you said, Miss Seanitra, complexion protection. I really think that Mia is ignorant enough to believe that beyond a certain point, we're gonna start looking at her sideways, like, girl, that is not cute. So she keep running her mouth because she thinks that, you know, based on the way that she looks, that for the most part, we're going to excuse her activities. But I see exactly what you guys are saying. And I never even thought about it
dirtier underneath that surface.
Yes, Seanitra. And you guys don't listen to her talking about her parents' stuff. Her mom, let me tell you something. Everybody had an effed up childhood. If you black, more than 90% have had an effed up childhood. Mia need to stop using that childhood for her mom because I'm sick of her embarrassing her mom. If I had a mom, I would never do that. Never.
Never ever.
Yes, that girl is dangerous, to be honest. She's a dangerous person to me. Anybody that don't like her is dangerous.
Why I think so. Allie, what you was finna say? Let me shut up. Allie, what you was finna
Yeah,
say?
I mean, me is a liability, and I think that's another reason why that G's family is taking her and G out of the business. I mean,
They
something
got
is
their
definitely
stuff back.
going down.
She
They got
never
this.
owned it. G did. His family.
But they got their stuff back from them people.
That's a mistake.
No, it's not a mistake. Listen, let me tell you something. And y'all know me. If you don't like somebody, you don't lie on them, and you sure enough don't steal from them. You don't get to take stuff just because you don't like somebody. That's not nice.
Yeah.
What belongs to them belongs to them. If anything, the way I'm gonna look at it is, if you live in a certain type of life, everything that you have is cursed, and I don't want it. I'm not coming to put my hands on any of your cursed possessions, including your money.
Amen.
Now that's what you do. You don't say, well, I don't like you, let me try to find a way to steal your stuff. That's not cute.
Yeah.
And I want black folks to start doing better than that. That's not cute.
Well, I
Remember,
say
he
allegedly they said it is actually G's, not really hers.
But this what I'm saying. It's her husband's, that mean that that's theirs.
Yeah, you're right, because they're married.
Whether we like that woman or not, that is her husband. If it belongs to her husband, it belongs to her.
And that's true. You're right.
It don't matter if you don't like her. You don't take stuff from people. You don't lie on people. You know what I mean? This whole thing that our culture has picked up lately, I blame social media. I blame sometimes reality TV. We get in this thing where we get caught up where we don't like a person and we'll just run with something negative or nasty. Hey, man, run with the truth. Sometimes the truth be bad enough. You ain't got to put 20 on 10. You know what I mean?
But I thought he started that business with his brother.
He started a business with his brother. When he started expanding and growing, that was not with his brother. That was what he decided to do. And then he brought his wife in on what he had. He then went back, and because he had did business with his brother and them before, added them into the business rather than put her name on it. He put his family's name on it because he said he wanted to make it a family business. All well and good. But that also says to me, G know what kind of woman he got at the house, because why you didn't just put it in her name?
Amen, Seanitra.
You know what I'm saying? He know what he got to that house, which further lets me know it's some real dirty stuff going on at that house.
Yes, it is, allegedly.
There's something going on. He know what he got. Yep. He got a whole mud monster to the house.
Whatever.
And Seanitra, she'll do whatever. Even if she have to do what she got to do and if step over here, I think she would, allegedly. I'm just being honest. She gives me that energy.
I thank you. I
you
believe
think she'll leave him?
Not
the
just
highest bidder come in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
And not only that, I feel like G ain't put her name on there. It's just my opinion, not what I know.
To protect himself.
He protecting himself by not putting her name on that. And the thing is, by him adding his family's name on that, he never thought in a million years that his family would be dirty enough to try to steal from him because they don't like the woman he chose.
Hey, they'll get you too.
Yeah, family be dirty as a swamp rat sometimes. Ask me how I know.
And it's sad that Mia want to continue to walk in that path. Like, you know, if God gives you a way out to, you know, at least heal or live a better life, why would you stay where he was trying to get out of? It doesn't make any sense. But I definitely understand what you guys are saying about her specific kind of personality. And I do think her childhood probably was very dark, and she probably is very scarred, because otherwise she would have left that in her past.
And see,
we can't use that childhood, y'all. If that's the case, I will be worse than Mia.
No, I'm saying she's a special kind of person, is what I'm trying to say. It takes a special kind of person to walk in that.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think what's going on with Horella is that she got a spiritual issue.
Amen.
Sometimes people start looking at stuff from the surface.
You better
and
tell us, Seanitra.
They can only see the flesh. That right there, Horella got a spiritual issue.
Dangerous.
That heifer, I'm telling you, I'm not saying she possessed, but I'm definitely saying that she's under influence.
Wow.
Horella got a problem. Horella need deliverance. Hey, Kai.
Hi everyone. I haven't heard you speak.
What's Seanitra? I'm gonna get off of here and go back to the chat. I love you guys.
I love you too, sissy.
Bye.
But
bye.
I've always said that woman there's something disturbing about her spirit.
Yep.
And I'm happy people keep seeing it more and more, because since she came on that show, there's something crazy about her, in the sense that I feel like she kind of like makes a minstrel of herself and then also still expects people to take her seriously. And then you see her then turn very desperate when she feels like this facade is not working. And again, as I said, like this whole episode, you see her work so hard to denigrate Wendy over something that has nothing to do with her.
Because she wants to be taken seriously, and Wendy don't have to try to be taken seriously. That woman has actually done the work, and basically the work that she's done speaks for her. She don't have to beg people to take her seriously. She doesn't have to put on this "I'm a businesswoman" caricature for people to take her seriously. But I really think something deeply spiritually going on with Horella. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. You know, I mean that's obvious because you could see she's hurting, but she's the only one that's able to decide if she wants to heal herself, and instead she wants to just engulf herself in misery and bring as many people down with her. You know.
Now, Black Honeybees, you should have hit the link. What is a white liver?
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. I've heard that term before, but I don't really understand how it's used.
Oh, okay.
So please hit that link. Yes, girl.
Isn't she really a powerhouse? Because to me, it's almost like she thinks that, because she also talks a lot about her being a boss, but I think it's because she sees that no one takes that seriously, so she thinks that, like, at least I can grab attention by saying these outlandish things.
And I know people like that, unfortunately.
It's so weird how she reads herself in situations that she does not have to. Like, why are you in the confessionals telling us now all of a sudden that you and G met up in Miami and he was married and you know doing everything that you can on a beach in front of everyone? That didn't have to be said.
She thought it was cute. Stylish looks. I'm gonna slide you to the corner. I'm gonna need you to get to that reflection corner. Mia looks like El Capone with her English muffin skin. She also seems chemically imbalanced. But for that Al Capone and that English muffin skin, slide to that corner.
Both of those are so accurate. Definitely Al Capone.
I'm gonna send you to the corner next because you up here agreeing with this girl.
Dinty, honey, just dinty.
Okay, well, I'm not so bad. Because the English muffin has been taking me out. People have been saying that now for the last 5 days, and I saw it the first time on Twitter. It took me out.
Oh my Lord!
Freddy Cougar is what she giving.
Oh, y'all too cold. But Ty, do you think Peter really told some dirt, or maybe Peter told a little bit, and Mia is scared of how much Peter might have told?
I think Peter told some dirt, and because I was snacking the leftovers. That's why I was in the chat earlier. I do believe that Peter was just playing the housewives game and just spilling a little tea, making a little light. This will be a little scene or whatever. Okay. Mia took it too seriously and ran with it. I do think he told Wendy some dirt because I believe that he was taking her seriously. And also, it's not crazy because when she sat with him, she says, I'm going to have to go back and talk with my husband. So even the whole point of Mia saying this has nothing to do with your husband, even in that conversation, she brought up her husband with Peter about, I have to talk about business with him. So I do think that they were now talking seriously because in the DMV area, there is a large African community. When I go there to party, I have a great time in every Silk Lounge and all that kind of stuff. So her idea is literally not outlandish for the area that she is in.
Well,
so
you heard what Peter said, Kai. He was like, I'm going to go ahead with it even if she don't. So Peter didn't think that it was ridiculous. Remember, Giselle told that lie. Rings told that lie.
And I just wanted to say that, though, because some people on the internet are saying, oh, that idea is crazy. Well, I'm just saying, like, no, that idea is not crazy. I went there for spring break one time. When I tell you there was an African, a Jamaican party every day going on from everywhere.
Girl, who you telling? I'm over here in Houston where we have the largest Nigerian population in the U.S. So I know that a good old Nigerian lounge be bumping.
So that's why I'm saying I think they were spending at least enough time for him to spill some beans about Mia. And we do know Peter does like his gossip. So I can see him spilling some real tea, not off the camera.
I think so. And I think that Mia is shook up because she don't know how much Peter told.
He told a lot. It doesn't take much.
And that's a shame. That is a hot mess. And on Wendy's end, I will pull out as well. If you do it to her, you'll do it to me.
That's true. Okay. That makes sense, Black Honeybees, because every time I heard that mentioned, it was associated with somebody like Mia. So that makes sense. Okay. Thank you for clearing up that white liver situation because I always meant to ask and I never got like an understanding for that. Lord, Nisa said, "Yep, it's a horrella spirit."
You think Peter? I think Peter coming to the reunion as not only a distraction and a deflection, but to be a little bit messy. I think that Andy is gonna use Peter to his advantage because, in all honesty, he is backed into a corner really bad.
Well, to be honest, I don't think Peter would go to no reunion with them.
You don't think so?
No,
No.
not with what I know of
That's
him.
not too low for him.
It's not about being low, you know what I'm saying? Because a check is a check. A check is not low unless you over there spreading your butt cheeks. So that's not it. I just feel like Peter would not go on that reunion. I don't feel like there's no danger of that.
No.
Alex said all them threesomes. Oh, hey Alex.
I think he's gonna be right up on there.
I think they got lucky with that little bit of the episode from Peter. They weren't expecting it, but
Mia made that happen.
Yeah, but I don't see Andy going out his way and say, "Hey, Peter, come to the reunion." Like, no, they're not. He's not.
That's right. Something's going on.
With those kinds of accusations, he might be over there with a statement.
Why would he be over there? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they would not want him there, but why would he have to go? Because somebody said he told something. Peter don't care about y'all saying he told something. Like I really be wondering about people. Do y'all really think that man care about y'all calling him Patricia and Missy? He don't care. No. Peter does not care. I'm just telling you, he doesn't.
I guess we have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about that part. My thing is, what the hell? I want Wendy to start talking. Wendy, what did that man say? Because Peter already said whatever he gonna say, and he ain't gonna say no more. And that I know. Even if he goes, some of the people channels that I know he know personally, he gonna talk in circles. He only gonna tell what he gonna tell. It's gonna be up to Wendy to tell everything that this man done told.
Yep, can be giving
I'm sorry.
I feel
like Mia has far too many skeletons in the closet for them to be pulling.
Yeah, she got a lot of skeletons. But my thing is this: I think she puts on the surface what she thinks is cute. You know what I mean? And so she called herself spraying herself with her own tea. Oh, I was sleeping with him while he was married. She want to put that out there like, oh, that's the worst y'all could say about me. But I feel like the truth is a lot dirtier.
Yes.
I feel like, the whole adulterous whore thing is like, the least amount that she could get called to the carpet for. I feel like it's a lot up under there, and Miss Thing is scared.
I don't know.
I believe it's something dirty up under there. It's something dirty up under there. She called herself. A lot of people do that. Like, okay, look at Ashley. Ashley run around pretending to be so transparent, spraying herself with her own tea. And it's like, meanwhile, you malfunctioning because Candace done brought out this escort that some of us heard about 2-3 years ago, that your husband was getting up out your bed, going over there paying for open mic night.
And also, I want people to get away with the whole Ashley's always so calm, because I was bored earlier, and Potomac after shows were popping up from season 4 with the whole, Michael and the charge situation. The way that girl was in those after shows, cutting up, my husband said not to do this. I'm just going to try to protect him. It could ruin his reputation. Da 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 da. And as my friends upset about Robin, saying, why would she say that in front of everyone? This could ruin my She has always been hot, but I think it just happens so often that she's figured out kind of like the routine she's going to say. But there is so much more about whatever they got going on, because as Seanitra said, like, there's a reason why she, wants to play like she's telling us all the story, and then we feel like we're always finding out something, but you're supposed to be so transparent.
Yep.
I agree.
That's what they do. They pretend transparency, and the fakest way, the easiest way for fake people to give you transparency is to tell you a couple of uncomfortable things about themselves. So it makes you think like, oh, she done already told us about this and that, baby, but I want to know about that part you didn't tell. What the hell is so dirty that you think sleeping with a married man, being a hoe, popping coochie, stripping at a place that's selling lobster in an evening dress, like, what the hell was you really doing that you think that this is the cute side of it?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of people, not a lot, I don't want to say a lot, and I want to make sure I got my facts together, but on the YouTube streets, Jacqueline's sister feels personally attacked, and she is spilling specific tea about Jacqueline and her personal life and the things that she has seen in her house as her nanny. So I think not only did Nia open up a can of worms with this, I also think that now she has to watch her back from all of the other people off the show as well.
I agree, but I feel like what's going on with Jackie and them is a separate issue.
But they know Nia's business, period.
They know some of her business. See, this is the other thing that y'all got to look at. You know what I'm saying? Look at things comprehensively, right? Look at your life. Look at the parallels. Just because you know somebody since they was 15, or you know people for many years, do they know all your business?
Nope.
They know the majority of it.
Girl, if you let people know if you let somebody know the majority of your business just because you known them a long time, I need to talk to you offline.
But she allegedly lived with them. She allegedly lived with them for after a traumatic period in her life. So what?
Yeah, but she didn't stay there the whole time because she ended up adopted and in Miami. So let's make it make sense.
Allegedly.
She stayed with them for a little while. This girl done been in group homes. She's been adopted, and she stayed with them. You only a child for so long. What they trying to say? She was a kid for 20, 30 years? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to read between the lines.
Allegedly.
You got to read between the lines. What's alleged?
Oh, Jacqueline's sister has a YouTube channel.
I know about it, and I don't talk about it over here.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not promoting what they're doing because what I feel like they're doing is throwing a hissy fit because they felt like Mia owed them something, and they wanted her to let Jackie get on that show. And Mia strikes me as the kind of person, I'm gonna let you around me, but I ain't gonna never let you be as grand as me.
You think they wanted her on that show?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You could tell by the way Jackie acted from the minute she got on that show.
I know from watching different franchises when they add their friends to the show, they always flip the script and trying to be on the show.
Yep, they friends will turn on them and everything, and Jackie is no exception. I've been seeing her. When she pulled that, I met up with Robin out in LA and we hung out together. And then I heard what Mia said, hey, these supposed to be my friends. Then she gets over there with them girls and, we friends because, she is a lot. We been friends since we was 15. And if I met her when we was grown, would we be friends? And you sitting up with people you don't even know talking about your quote unquote friend. Girl, no.
Reality TV would do that.
Girl, no. Then even what she did to that girl in that house, the chef was like, do anybody need help? And Mia gonna always be extra like, yep, can you carry my plate? And she sat there and says, oh yeah, carry my plate. She talking about you want him on your plate. Like, why would you do something like that on camera to your quote unquote friend? See, I've been seeing Jackie. And I feel like by the time Mia started snapping at Jackie, it's because she finally, with her dodo bird self, finally saw Jackie. And I feel like that mess her sister and them doing and the mess that she doing and the niece doing is throwing a hissy fit. Right. You don't never tell nobody all your business. I don't care how close you think you are.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Know everything.
You do certain things in front of people that you shouldn't have done.
Certain things, but not too much, hon, because when she was on that Say Yes to the Dress, Jackie wasn't even there as one of the bridesmaids. So now let's really get down to the get down.
Ooh.
Let's really get down to the get down. But see, when people can say, I've known them a lot of years, the minute you say that, anything you say about that person, people going to accept it as the truth, whether it's the truth or not. And people ready to run with it because we don't like her right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, even though I don't like her, I'm not buying Jacqueline's story. I'm not buying the sister story. I'm not buying the niece's story. I feel like, just like y'all kept saying, and the niece even goes online, that's the first thing they say, you had to live with us for a while. You had to live. Girl, how long ago was that?
Child.
That girl been out there hoeing for her money a long time. That was her coochie she was selling and not yours. See, people get real cute just because you think you better than somebody. At the end of the day, the same thing I don't like Mia for, I don't like them for the same thing.
Yeah.
They looking at her, we better than you because your mama's a crackhead and your daddy died in prison and we let you borrow some clothes and stay over here a little while. And ain't no telling how y'all really treated that girl when she was in your house. Because never we forget, that the girl said Jackie didn't even like her at first, but then she ended up liking her. She didn't end up liking you. She ended up seeing a way for her to use you.
Do you think that Mia will have a chance to redeem herself on Potomac?
Hell no, and I hope not.
Dang.
And they better not bring her back no more because she is a nasty gutter snipe. She think it's okay to attack women because they don't give her the reaction she wants. And I do believe she's colorist, and I do believe she's a huge, huge pile of dumpster juice. However, I'm still not buying that Jackie crap.
Nope.
Hey, Black Targaryen, what you say? And she bought a whole new cat and new face. Something going on, right?
Mm.
LJ forever say, right? I got some business that'll stay between me and my Lord, right? Honey, I got some business I wouldn't even tell God if he ain't already know. Okay, and yes, I think she did. She wanted her to be the lapdog. You here to back me up when I go into it with people. And Jackie was there like, nope, I'm trying to build relationships with these women so I can flip on you. That's what she was trying to do. And Mia cut her off at the pass. And that's why they over there throwing tantrums.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, if that girl was that bad and so terrible and that horrible to you, ain't no way y'all whole family would still be attached and watching children and doing this and that. Cut the crap. She ain't your blood family. Stop that. I ain't buying it.
And it wouldn't be a first time that they kind of embellish on their friendship just for a storyline on the show, because you have to remember they do things like that to make it seem more credible. It could have been years since she last talked to Jackie and they said, okay, we'll just say we know each other, we friends for a long time, just so you could be on the show as my friend. You know, we don't know how deep their actual so-called imaginary friendship is. It could have just been like,
yeah, them girls are enemies, because the girls that she had on Say Yes to the Dress was black girls. I think this was the one she wanted to bring on because this one fits her new face.
Oh my God, imagine.
She's got the right texture of hair. She's tall, she's slim, you know, she got that look. She's more Anglo looking. So let me bring Jackie on. What, none of them girls on Say Yes to the Dress did now one of them look like Jackie?
Nope.
See, point taken, like, you know,
that's
reality. You know, it's like half of it fabricated for a storyline, and some reality just so happens to be in it when things played out. You know, you can't really take it seriously. That's have to take with a grain of salt.
And see, the thing is, you know, I'm older, so I take a lot with experience. You know what I mean? Like, I done been down this road with people. I've seen how people play in real life and on television. That's why I say Jackie full of crap. Her people full of crap too. I'm telling you.
Oh, baby.
Child, Alex on one too, talking about Jackie broke. That's why she needed that clout. You better say it. Hey, the vanilla one.
This is so eerie. Like, it really, really is. And it's sad because this is supposed to be like a TV show, and all this back information is just ruining it. It's making it worse. Like, it's too much. This is the wrong show.
Well, sis, ain't this supposed to be a reality show? Ain't reality ugly sometimes?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not even on the show. It's on the internet.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with reality. Can you confine reality to 1 hour?
Nope.
And Mia wasn't showing the real tea anyway, apparently.
No, she wasn't, but look like Peter is helping her show it. Peter helping her show it. I mean, you know, she might not want to show it, but Peter was like, you coming out.
What makes you think Peter spilled some tea? I missed that part. I was a little late.
It's because Wendy sat up there and told what he said. That's
because Wendy was saying that Peter told her about something. I can't remember what it was from that clip. And
what she said was, you know, Seanitra gonna get the
gossip. What did she say? I didn't see that. I didn't hear that.
She said, I was trying to figure out where that brother stuff come from, because Peter said that they used to all vacation together until Mia did some snake stuff to his girlfriend at the time, and he don't really mess with them like he used to. So that's why I said, Peter been running his mouth.
Okay, so why Peter let her? Okay, I understand, you know, for the cameras and stuff. And I guess I saw the tension because, he basically played Mia when she was trying to go off on Wendy, and all the while he probably thinking, why is this girl in my face?
Yeah,
You
but
know,
he
I
still,
let them with
but
that.
he still had to handle it like a man, no matter what y'all call him. Because a man, what would he look like being like, "Oh, what you doing in my face?" Then we really would have been calling him Patricia, Patricia, Patriana. Oh, we'd have called him every female name in the book. So he did what men do when they really don't business with you. Like he kind of shined her on and brushed her off.
Yeah. I thought,
He shooed her the hell away from there. He gave her nothing. That's why she had to go back to the table, fabricating and putting 20 on 10.
And that's probably why he don't like her anyway. That probably just made it worse. Like she's still the same person she was before. And men, even though with complexion protection, men generally don't like it when you do too much anyway.
Yeah, men don't like messy, honey. Listen, take it from me. Messy ain't never got you no man. Bianca say, and my behind needs to know. Finally at the car. I know that's right. But this is the thing. I knew she was all the way putting 20 on 10 when all that broke out and Peter ain't came nowhere near that table.
Mm-hmm.
See, people quick to holler, oh, Peter thirsty, Peter thirsty. No, Peter is strategic. Peter is an opportunist. But Peter is not that thirsty, because if he was, he'd have been running back to get his face on that camera. Nope. Peter left her over there out on that limb by her doggone self. In other words, I didn't tell you to do it, so you could work that out by yourself, big fella.
Wait, I have one question. When did Peter told Wendy about what happened with his girlfriend? Was that after
they done had whole conversations? Like these people are talking off camera. They were discussing business. Just like Wendy was able to show us them text messages. That's why when we heard her tell him, check your text messages, he was like, I ain't heard from you. She said, check your text messages.
Oh.
So they've been talking because they was talking about doing business together. Like you can't discuss doing business with somebody in one conversation that's held on the camera. Them people done had multiple conversations. That's why I want Wendy to go ahead and tell us what it is.
Oh.
So do you think Wendy inquired about Mia? Like, hey, like, how do you think they started talking about Mia? Or do you think that
I think it was probably more or less casual. I seriously doubt Wendy has got Mia on the brain. I don't think nobody got Mia on the brain. It's the most Mia been talked about. I think it was casual. And it was some talk, and he might have mentioned, like, yeah, I know some of the girls or whatever. And she was like, oh, you know her? And it probably was just like, yeah, you know, we used to be super close, actually, and whoop the whoop, whoop the whoop.
That sounds like Peter, because that's kind of
yes, it does.
Because he'll start talking and he'll start dropping little nuggets and little tea, and he'll be like,
he'll
"Oh,
drop
really?"
Something. Yeah, he'll drop something now. You know, he gossip pretty good. I'm gonna give it to him. But I'm just saying, I ain't never caught him lying on nobody.
Yes, Detective Seanitra.
Listen, you think I'm a rookie? I've been gossiping since middle school, since Howard Middle School over on MLK in Ocala, Florida. I've been the leader in gossip for many years, and I get into hood gossip, baby, the real gossip. You're not gonna slide this little lightweight stuff past me. Not this little bourgeoisie gossip. I can get this.
This too much. I wonder what's gonna happen. I think she's just. I don't know, because I always felt like they was gonna sacrifice Mia anyway to save Robin.
But they ain't gonna be able to save Robin.
No, Robin's hell in a basket.
Robin did so much, and her going and making that statement on todayshow.com, that actually sank her further. Nobody online is buying it.
She should have kept quiet. She was better off not saying a thing if she was going to say something.
That statement.
I think she felt pressured to say something simply because, hey, Dana Brown, hey, Deandra. I think she felt pressured because Mia went to talking. If Mia had just kept quiet, all of them could have kept quiet and tried to deflect and gaslight and lie at the reunion. Mia went to running her mouth, so then it's like, well, dang, Mia talking, I guess I got to say something.
And also, I can't with Mia's weird acknowledgement, because literally before the we've been talking about Miss Seanitra about how she did that whole entertainment conversation, and she literally was like, Wendy has too much mouth. There was not an apology, no sadness for what she did, no holding herself accountable.
Blaming Wendy for her behavior. Yeah.
Yes, she was literally after the season had been filmed and doing interviews, she literally said, "Oh, Wendy just has too much mouth, and I have an issue with throwing things, throwing salads, and now throwing drinks." She said that.
Yes, she did.
So
There's
that's why
my
I'm not buying
brother,
that.
y'all. My brother is in the chat. Hey, Paul Green, I love you.
Hello.
All right, that's the baddest man with a pair of scissors and combs and shears and combs in his hand. He's a mean stylist. Juan say Robin came off more of a villain than Mia. Absolutely.
Yes.
Robert cannot save herself.
Timing is bad.
So what do you think is gonna happen? She's gonna get demoted to a friend of Giselle?
I don't know. I'm sitting here like, basically, what are the execs gonna do? It's like, are y'all gonna try to keep them there and say bump them black people that we need for views, or are y'all gonna get rid of them heifers? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, the execs, then I feel like the executives, if they had their way, they would not want to get rid of Robin because she's part of the Robert and Rings duo. But like, the people are not backing off and they're not buying it.
Thanksgiving. People were reading them on Thanksgiving.
Look, girl, Thanksgiving, that you're right. They was dragging Roberto and Rings all through Twitter.
Yes. People are saying, hey, I'm just taking my break from my meal. Let me see if it's still going. Like, people were tearing them up. And then she had the nerve to come out with that Today article. I'm like, girl, people are reading you on Thanksgiving. Why would you do this?
She should have never.
Because now it makes it, to me, I already told everyone, like, when that woman pulled out that phone, my eyes watered. I was so disgusted. Like I was like, this is nothing. But then for you to go back and literally lie about your intentions for doing that ish, when we see the camera was only on Wendy, when we see before you even pulled out the camera, you called her antagonizing. When we see you're the one leaving with Mia, you didn't talk to Wendy, you didn't check up on Wendy. So now for you to come after later saying, and to me it was a dog whistle to her job. Oh, I was worried about her reputation and her job. When, how, where?
See, yeah, they wanted it to be a problem for her job so bad. They so jealous. They so jealous of that girl.
Yeah, these folks on this show keep forgetting that they like to blame production for how things come out, but they keep forgetting you keep giving production content. All they're doing is just shrinking the time. It didn't change what really happened. They just shrunk it. You look like you were antagonizing Wendy. You were bullying Wendy. You were halfway abusing Wendy, even was just verbally. We saw all of that. There was no time that you even said, Wendy, are you okay? Not one time. And why would we believe that you cared about Wendy when episodes before you have all this major beef and animosity against Wendy in the first place? Because Wendy told the truth about you and Ron not having a relationship, and it's all a storyline, and y'all not going to get married. And we're just waiting for the fact that Ron will decide to say, I'm going to pack up and leave. I don't want to be your roommate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Where's the lies, Robin? Where's the lies? Wendy didn't have to say it. We already know. We've been watching it for the past, 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over it. I am over it. I'm over it. This show needs a new tune.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
I think like I said, I feel like we still need to keep our eyes on these people. We do not need to let them get away with the shenanigans that they're pulling with the black ladies there. And I think if we look away, they're just going to continue to do it. I think that the pressure that has been applied to them after this incident is this is the pressure that they need. If the viewers don't apply pressure, they will continue to do what they're doing and say it's okay. It's like they used to tell us, like, if you don't complain or make people stop when they're hurting you, they will kill you and tell the world you enjoyed it. So we need to keep our eyes on. Somebody needs to, you know what I mean? Even if it's just through clips, even if it's just through social media, we need to keep our eyes on these people, and we need to keep our foot on their neck.
Yes. Miss Seanitra, have you had a chance to go to Karen's YouTube? Because she said something, and people are now eating her up too. I don't know why she also did not keep it cute.
She could have kept quiet.
Well, first of all, people, because she did the, oh, two wrongs don't make a right. So she kept, first of all, she brushed off the fact that Candace didn't have any accommodations. Like, that was no big deal. And I side-eyed her when she said that.
I saw
and
that.
then, I was like, oh, she doesn't have a bed or a room. Bitch, if I don't have just because you don't like me, okay, give me a shitty room. I should at least have a bed.
Right.
Sharing a room, okay, I should at least have a bed if you have me leaving my home.
I saw Karen saying that, and it bothered me. And she was like, well, they're not in a good place right now. My attitude is, if you're in such a bad place with this young lady who we have not seen speak to you all season long, you should have not invited her.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Why would you invite her? Invite Ashley to the things? It's the same way you could have done the same thing.
Right. But my thing is, you invited her just to tell her she doesn't have a bed. You wanted to put her in a bad position.
And see how God worked. You see how God worked? Because if it was Candace, it would have been lit up in that house. And maybe not, because she's been, turning the other cheek in some kind of way.
Candace has realized that now she's built some things for herself that she doesn't want to lose because of people who have nothing lives.
Hateful. Yes. Then the next thing Karen said was the whole, the two wrongs don't make a right, when the whole issue is, girl, you throw a drink at me, I'm going to say any and everything, especially if I'm not going to put my hands on you. And Miss Karen, you're the one who started season 6 saying hot box and sing.
Right. And nobody threw a drink at you or hit you with a purse and a cell phone.
Thank you.
And Nacho Twins mama, thank you so much for the cash app. Okay, one of my sisters love me. Thank you. But this is the thing with Karen. I didn't like that. And I didn't like her. That just two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right. Wendy didn't do nothing wrong. Like, literally, what's bothering me, and y'all know I like Karen, but Karen is typical. And the only reason I'm not pouring gas and striking a match on Karen is because Wendy had that same energy. Wendy didn't see the colorism when she walked in. So it stands to reason that Karen wouldn't see colorism.
I heard you say this the other day on Instagram, and I felt like she saw the colorism because her and Candace brought it up season 5. The person who denied colorism was Monique, saying she doesn't see it and she's caramel.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's why you didn't see me, running. You don't see me now running around with banners like, yes, Monique is vindicated.
Okay, we can agree with that. Okay, and then Karen opens her mouth.
What I'm saying? That's just me. I gotta call it down the middle. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. The only thing you saw, you understood it as it pertained to you, but you couldn't see it when it came to none of your sisters. You only saw it when it came to you because that stringy-haired, large forehead little girl over there called you aggressive and ferocious.
All right. Okay.
And see, that's the thing. When we get to the point of being so selfish that we can only see what's happening to us, that is a problem. Karen is never going to understand it because she will more than likely never in her life experience it. And I'm sorry, but Raven is looking a little light these days. So Raven might not.
Is she?
Oh, she is.
She looks like a little light these days.
And so basically, that you didn't say, like, basically at the end of her video, Karen's like, and I'm not colors, and no one in our cast is colors, and I'm disgusted by being called that, and da. And my mother was brown skin, Raymond's dark and Raven's brown. I was like, but you are light, and also you don't get the right to say who's not and who's what, especially when you're the person who's receiving the privilege.
Right, exactly. You receiving the privilege and then denying other people's experiences. I ain't like it. But again, I'm not throwing a cup full of gasoline and striking no match because, hey, you got to be careful. When you have a selfish viewpoint, don't be surprised when other people have a selfish viewpoint.
And that's why. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, baby.
And that's why, like, going forward, I understand the sympathy for Mia, but I'm sorry for Wendy. But if she doesn't come correct, the next few episodes, because already at Bravo kind of understand we didn't know what was going on, we didn't know like the atmosphere of what had happened to her, but going forward, if it melts back into normalcy, I can't, like, I just can't.
Mm-hmm. I can't. And you know what, and I can see that happening too. I can see that happening, and it turns into an issue. Hell, we saw that with Nene. We saw that with her. Like, people were outraged because of how she was being treated. And then we turned around and we saw her. And again, y'all know I love me some Nene. But we turned around and saw her say that she would be open to having a conversation with Bravo. Like, girl, you the one wanted us to do a whole petition and not only a petition, but boycott Bravo. And then when we stood with you, now you talking about you open to having a conversation with them. How come? Make it make sense.
If that conversation doesn't include a settlement, I don't care.
Okay. And Wendy, I'm telling you right now, Wendy better move according. And I feel like since it's pre-recorded, what's gonna happen next is very telling to Wendy, her mindset and who she is as an actual person. Because this is her authentic, ways of moving, because she hasn't heard our opinions yet. So if in the next few episodes, if she bows down to it or if she tries to fall in line, I can't sympathize with her at all. And I'm not.
Like if she backs down or something, that's still not going to change my opinion over what happened to her.
Because, no, I get it.
And reasons being because, again, like I keep saying, this is a mini nuanced conversation. When you start talking about these systems that are in place, the truth of the matter is a lot of Black women have had to back down over the years.
Not to a group of Black women, oh no, ma'am.
But they have.
They have, though.
And I've seen it. Like ain't no point in sitting up here, again, putting 20 on 10 and pretending like what it is ain't what it is. I'm not gonna play them games. Like those of you who are young now, like I told my daughter, this is a beautiful time to be a Black woman. Like it's still tough. It's still an uphill battle. But what you all experience as colorism, baby, that is not what we experienced. Okay.
I could imagine.
And so I've been through it. I'm not gonna pretend like if she backs down and buckles under the pressure that I get that I'm gonna just say, oh well, then whatever they did to you is okay. It's still not okay.
Well, that's not what I was exactly saying. That's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying on my personal viewpoint of Wendy will be different. I'm not gonna, condone what she went through or how they are as people, but my opinion of Wendy will be changing because I feel like
I feel you.
I wouldn't be able to respect that.
I would not lose respect for her if she buckled under pressure. Those people who enforce those systems, and what Daphne is saying, Daphne, is true. What Lily said is the truth. A lot of lighter skinned sisters are taught colorism. They are taught it. I didn't learn at home because my parents treated my sister like she was beautiful, but I saw other people mistreat her. They were close friends of the family. One of them is dead now, so I ain't gonna say her name. If she was alive, I'd call that hellfire. But I remember her sitting down with me, and she was a very close friend of the family. And I was talking about, she said something about my hair, like your hair look nice, but you need to comb it. But even back then, I ain't never liked to comb my hair. And I was like, yeah, but my hair not pretty like Lisa's, like my sister's. And she said something. I was like, my sister is pretty. And she sat down and said to me, I know DAMN well, MN ain't got you over there thinking that black hair for prettier than you.
Ooh.
So yeah, people do teach the lighter children ignorant stuff.
Agreed.
Yes.
I was blessed not to have that ignorance in my family, but I was around a whole lot of people that really thought that was cool. So if that girl backs down under pressure, I don't know her history. I don't know her trauma. But what I'm saying is, if she buckles under pressure, that's not going to make me lose no respect for her, because guess what? She shouldn't have never been under that pressure.
Yeah.
You don't put nobody under pressure and then judge how they respond to it. It should have never happened to her.
I feel indifferent. I have my own reasons, but that's just how I'm gonna feel, and I'm just being transparent. And especially because from time to time I come up here and give my opinion. I'm just being honest.
Like, I feel you. Like, ain't no wrong answers. Ain't no wrong answers. Like, I dig what you're saying. What I'm saying is, I'm just saying my opinion with that. I'm definitely not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to her, because I've seen some sisters who stand up in it like they're supposed to, and then I see how the pressure mounts and people pile on and help that the people who are upholding that system, they pile on and they help these people suppress those women. Everybody's not willing or able mentally to stand up under that kind of pressure.
But then it's time to go. Like, I feel like OG from Basketball Wives, this is so reflective of Basketball Wives. It's odd. Like,
well,
you know
the
what I'm
thing
saying?
is, but it's not even odd. Like, this is literally our story in this country.
It is. I see what you're
Like,
saying.
this is an age. We've been here 400 years of this same mess. It's not odd. This is not an anomaly. This is what it is. This is just the truth. This is the everyday. Like, to
And
me,
it's not just our community.
blaming those women for not handling abuse in the way we want them to handle abuse, in my opinion, is the same as telling a RAPE victim, well, I don't like how you handled being RAPED. I will not do it.
I disagree.
I mean, I feel you, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to perpetuate it. I have a problem with it because guess what? If they hadn't done it to her, then we wouldn't be here talking about how she need to respond to it. They should have never done it to her, period.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for one thing is this been filmed a while ago and we don't know exactly all the steps that Wendy has take or going to take. So we're just going to have to wait for things to play out. And what happened to her, even though it happened on camera, doesn't mean that what needs to play out has to happen on camera. You're just going to just have to wait and see what the repercussions are. So I know Wendy is we know she's smart and her husband is a lawyer. I don't think that, just because she doesn't react the way we think she should react that necessarily means she's not doing anything for her and her family.
Absolutely. And I wholeheartedly do not believe that should mean that we should withdraw our support of this sister because we're not there with a joystick to like show her how to navigate it or how we feel she should navigate it. I feel like if you're a victim of any type of abuse, of any type of abusive system, that you should navigate it in the best way that you possibly can. And your village should stand behind you with full support. When it comes to our darker sisters, they are disenfranchised, mistreated more often than some of our other sisters, and they deserve our support. That support has been long withheld from them. And if I have anything to say about it, we're going to support them over here.
And I do think it's Ari's thing is like, to me, nothing that happened on the episode when he did anything crazy. Someone threw some microaggressive attacks towards me when I was on the panel. They got her together because that woman, I've seen xenophobic attacks now against Wendy because she was standing up for herself. Yeah. I've seen people say, I've lost respect for her. She's a professor. Like, and she really didn't do, like, when I tell you the way in which my mouth would have cut loose on that woman, to me, she was holding back for the words she was saying. And so to me, it does seem like a lot of pressure to put on someone to feel like, how are they supposed to react to disrespect? You got to
carry the weight of of every Black woman that ever lived, and you need to fight like Sojourner. And
that's not what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm just saying in general because I've just seen other things.
We're talking about in general.
Yeah.
And Kai, you're right. I have seen the xenophobic attacks. I've seen the virtue signaling. She's a professor. Shut the hell up.
Yeah,
everybody else is allowed to defend themselves, but when it comes to our sisters who were blessed with more divinity, meaning melanin, it's a critique on how you defend yourself. Nobody will police the abusive system that's being upheld against you, but we're going to police your response. You better respond like we want you to respond. Get the entire
Because like the little microaggressive woman who was speaking to me, she's like, I now see Wendy below Mia. I was like, for what?
See, no, that's disgusting.
That's what people are saying. People who don't look like us and people who do look like us.
That's what's going on. That's why all the more reason. I don't see Wendy as somebody that's going to necessarily buckle. But if she does buckle, if she does waver, if she does have to find her legs, I withdraw none of my support.
Well, I just feel like I believe in positive representation, and I believe that, in the modern time, as far as colorism, you have to be able and willing and wanting to remove yourself. Not 100%. I understand this is her job, but
why would you? Why should? Okay, let's talk about it. Why should she have to remove herself?
I'm not saying literally. I'm meaning in terms of like recreation. The same way Karen is moving with what's her face?
But Karen is still participating in all the recreation on that show.
But I'm saying
choosing not to interact with that hooker.
She is showing distinct disdain for Sharice, and I need Wendy to have that same energy. I'm not saying
I don't need her to have it.
I'm not
I need
saying
Wendy to
be
have whatever energy
nasty.
that Wendy is comfortable having going forward, because Wendy
No,
And
is
she
the
had it
one who
last year.
suffered.
that's just my opinion, and
I
that's
feel
But
you,
she
but
also had it
Wendy is
last
the one
year
who
when they had a
suffered it.
fight.
We don't have no right to tell that woman how she needs to move after she got abused.
so. What is she
I
supposed
agree.
to do? For pretend like it
Whatever
never
she
happened?
feels is
What's
right.
your turn?
That's what she's supposed to do. She spoke up on it. She called it out. She's been very vocal online about calling it out. So however she feels the need to move, that's how she need to move. And what we need to do is be supportive and not tell her what she need to do.
Well, where
And
is the progression in that, though?
But you guys
And
have
all
to,
this, she need to remove herself. Why on earth should she have to
I'm
remove
not saying
herself
remove
because
herself.
because a large Hispanic male attacked her?
I'm I'm not saying remove herself literally. I'm just saying, for example, let me give another example with Chris and Giselle. We would not blink twice if Chris remained on the show in the same capacity, but he intentionally left certain people out of certain functions. If he specifically said,
And
"I
that's
feel
fine.
comfortable
And
with
guess
her
what?
being here,"
What I'm saying to you, Essence, is if Wendy decides to do that, I'm for it. If Wendy decides to say, you know what, I'm going to be graceful and still invite you, then I'm for that too. Because
child, I can't.
after all, she's moving in divinity. That other thing is moving in the gutter. So however she decides to go forward and handle that heifer, as long as she stands on her own too, she makes the decision that's best for her. I am in support. I do not approve of or support telling any victim how they have to behave going forward. I don't do that. That's not my move.
And one thing I want to say is you have to remember, this is not a group of friends. They're co-workers. They're co-workers. And the way it is, to me, the responsibility is more on Truly Productions and Bravo, because this is a workplace. If I was attacked at work by a co-worker, that co-worker should be the one immediately and move, not me.
Allie, one quick second, babe. Thank you for the super chat, Daphne. Daphne said, "Women like Essence, Lord. Don't be like that." Hold on. Hey, hold on. Say, love you. I love you back. But let's not be that way. That's just her opinion. And sometimes we have to talk these things out. If we don't talk it out, we'll never understand how other people are thinking and how they're seeing things. And if she don't say how she feel, then we can't explain to her why we see it another way. So, I feel you. I appreciate your support.
Well, I have a question then for you, Miss Seanitra, because I definitely wholeheartedly respect your opinion. I believe you're a very wise woman. And I want to know, where is the room for progression? And I'm not talking in terms of Wendy, because like you said, there's people who deal with this stuff all the time, specifically in a college environment. Where is room for progression if you just kind of like brush off the uncomfortable moments? Personally, I've been there since what feels like birth. I was called all kinds of names from my family members as a kid, and I never understood why, but it was just blatant colorism in my house. So for me, I've always grown up to say, when I see somebody putting me in a space where they're trying to make me the butt of the joke purposefully, I'm just gonna move the way I move. It's not gonna be nasty.
I get what you're saying, Essence. But this Essence, what I'm saying to you is that is your right. I support that. If that's what you choose to do, if you come tell me about it, then guess what? Auntie supports you. I'm behind you 100%. If somebody say Essence wasn't right because she didn't come over for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna say yes, the hell she was, because y'all treated her like this, and she felt like she wanted to remove herself from your presence. I support that. And if someone else chooses to handle it a different way, I support that too. What I'm saying is, we do not need to, nor do we have a right to stand in judgment of how someone else deals with abuse. The key is, it should not have happened, period.
I agree.
It shouldn't have happened. You don't get to abuse somebody and then police. To me, when we start doing that, we're just as bad as those people who are policing her response on the other side of the spectrum. Absolutely not. She's human, and she has every right to have a human response. And a human response is based on your prior experiences, your personality, and your comfort level. However she chooses to deal with it is absolutely right. If anything ever happens to you and I know about it, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up for you, and I'm gonna stand with you the exact same way. I'm a
Well,
fighter.
okay.
I am a fighter from start to finish. You can cut out my
Mhm.
teeth and I'll bite you with my gums. I am a fighter. But I don't look at my other sisters and say, well, you should have fought. No, it shouldn't have happened.
I
Yeah,
agree.
but it shouldn't have happened doesn't really help.
Doesn't really what? We can't control how she responds. However
I
she
know, I
responds,
know,
she's
and I
perfectly right.
understand, and I
We
completely,
don't blame
I understand.
victims. I don't care how they respond after. We do not blame victims. That is inappropriate.
I didn't say I was blaming her. I just said that I was
I'm
just
just saying,
disappointed.
but baby, what you're saying is if she don't respond the way you think she should respond, then you're going to blame her. It's the same thing.
I said I'd be disappointed.
That ain't what you said now. You want
I
me
did.
to
I said if
Oh,
Wendy,
you talking about respect and all kinds of things.
I
Yes,
said if
you
Wendy
went deep.
it falls in line, if she falls in line and pretends like nothing ever happens and she's being cordial, that I'm gonna be very disappointed and I'm gonna have a different opinion of her. And I said
And you
I'm
said you would lose respect and
and
all
I
like
said
that.
I'm just giving that disclaimer because from time to time I come on here and I say my opinions,
Mm-hmm.
and that is gonna be my viewpoint. Because
That's your viewpoint, right? That's what I'm saying.
exactly, and
I
that's
don't
what I'm
want you to
saying.
change your viewpoint. Don't take, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't take it like that. But when we shared opinions, like everybody got them. You know, I ain't gonna let nobody get you. But I'm just pointing out like why people are seeing it from the other standpoint. I understand what you're saying, and I understand that you feel that way based on how you would respond. And what I'm saying is, when things happen to other people, and I can identify with you a little bit because we talked about this when we was in the Zoom the other night. You weren't there, of course, because you weren't, a part of the event. But I talked about how I used to be that way. I used to judge my sisters based on what I would do. That's why I'm telling you, like, try to look at it from other people's standpoint. It ain't always the way you would respond. You don't have to lose respect for them because they respond a different way. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with her deciding to be cordial. As long as something happens or as long as she's just trying to get through it and keep some grace for herself. See, everybody's not willing to take the if you go low, I go to hell standpoint. Everybody don't want to go there. That's not everybody's nature.
Well, I mean,
And we see how people are
cordial,
judging
but
her
really
for
friendly.
even looking like she's going to go there.
Right. And not only that, I think that's just too much pressure to put on any sister to be like, okay, they did this to you. Now we're sitting back to see that, if you handle it the way we want you to handle it. I don't want to be a party to, and I would never be a party to adding to any pressure for a situation that shouldn't have happened. Like she didn't put herself in that position.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't put herself in that position. She didn't ask for that.
I understand 100%, and it was disgusting. And I can see the fact that I can see that it even started with Sharice's comment that they came there with the intention of bullying Wendy, and I did not like that from that moment on. But all I'm trying to say is this: it is just frustrating that we are in this space as Black people, and we have not progressed to a point where the darker skinned women don't care. Like it hurts. Yes, ma'am, it hurts. It hurts 100%.
And you know what? That's real. And I respect that. It is frustrating. It's very frustrating to watch. That's why y'all was in here almost 5 hours still mad on Sunday. I understand. Like it's triggering. Like if you really love your sisters and if you've been through it yourself, it's triggering. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And it shouldn't still be happening to our sisters, but it does still happen because people do not give Black women and darker Black women for show the luxury of being seen as human. And everything about sisters has to be policed and monitored and measured, and you got to do it like this and you got to do it like that.
Can I please address the chat, Miss Seanitra? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I promise that I will not be.
Okay. Yes, as long as everybody's respecting, and y'all be nice in the chat too. Let's everybody be nice.
Daphne, I am not disappointed in Wendy's response. I said that from the next episode forward, I'm going to be watching the way Wendy responds to her experience.
Right.
And how she falls in line or how she acts in regards to what they did to her. If I personally perceive that she is being overly comfortable with the people who attacked her, I will look at her a different kind of way. I thought I said that before, but I want to say that clearly now. I would never, ever, 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 ever demonize a person who is a victim of colorism when that is my exact story.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. It's okay. Like this is, and you know what? Conversations like these are important for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons is what we just experienced. I want y'all to know it's okay to disagree with your sister and still love your sister. Like we have to, if we're gonna disagree on certain things because we've all had different experiences. Okay, we've all had different experiences. So disagreeing is actually healthy. That's a part of healthy conversation. Like it's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's, and some things, come again, we're not blocking nobody up in here. We ain't blocking nobody.
And I'm Team Wendy. I'm Team
Andrea Rogers, hi, how are you? But yeah, no, we're not blocking nobody up in here. No, ain't no need for no blocks.
Yeah.
This is what I like. We're Black women. We can talk. We got thick skin. You know, we can disagree, agree to disagree, and then agree to still love each other after we disagree.
I think the main point is that we understand like what the situation is, because a whole bunch of people are still trying to act like it's not colorism. They just don't like her and da da da. I'm like, okay, we've seen the way Robin has treated Ashley when she didn't like her, and it took a lot for Robin to get physical with Ashley. They had one disagreement, and Robin has no problem pulling out a phone and trying to egg on Wendy that way she can have evidence.
Record, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
and remember the disagreement that Robin had with Wendy happened last year that should have been resolved from the reunion, and she carried over this season.
But when Wendy and Candace have an issue and if they don't let it go quickly, the audience and the castmates are acting like they are being babies and they should get over it.
Yeah, just get over it. Get over it. I can't stand them. They're annoying. And they're not doing anything that these other lighter complected women are doing. And so it's like a lot of times the audience, the fans participate in the colorism as well.
Yes, and I'm just saying, this is a topic that has been had, you know, from time and time again, generation through generation. But where is the progression? This is my standpoint. Where is the progression? Where is the representation of a Black woman who is a victim of colorism, who shows that she is not going to fall in line? I'm not saying what Wendy should do. I'm just saying that I am observing as somebody who's looking at her as a positive representation or a role model to see how she reacts, because what I would like for the Black community is to see somebody finally, you know, fight against colorism in a way, in the light of a Black woman, a dark-skinned Black woman. That's what I'm trying to say. OG tried, but she had other factors on her side, you know.
But this is the thing too, and I want us. Let me address that. And while what you would like to see happen, it's actually not a bad thing. It's not bad. But the thing that I want y'all to understand too, Black women don't owe it to nobody to be nobody's mule or savior or hero. Like, when the hell does the community come together to be our hero or to be our savior? I would never put that pressure on a sister to say, I want to see you Black woman be the one to fight back. Like, while we would love to see it, and I know it would make my heart burn to see it. Like, I would be like, OG, baby, OG made me so proud. Like, I was in, like, my eyes was watering up.
Literally.
I was like, yes.
Literally.
But what I'm saying is, we cannot put that pressure on our darker skinned sisters or any Black woman to say that it's your job to mule for the community. No, what's going on is a systemic issue. Is happening throughout the community. It is not the responsibility of one woman to carry the battle flag. We have put that pressure on our sisters for too long. We have literally masculinized our own women, masculinized ourselves, and then turn around and we were demonized for it. Absolutely not. If that sister decides that she is not going to jump out there and try to act like one of the Dahomey Amazons or one of the Dora Milaje toting a spear, tattoos on scalp, I will fight against you. She doesn't owe anyone that.
No, that is not what
I know that's not what you're saying, but that's what it represents. We do not have to be warrior women. While some of us are warriors and proud, every one of our sisters is not. And if she chooses not to be that, if that is not her persona, she does not have to conform and morph into that. She does not owe us that. We owed her better, and we failed.
And
And I would say, oh, sorry.
We owed her better. When we see our sisters and they're victimized, we don't get to tell them that they owe us a good show. Absolutely not. We owed them a world where they were treated fair regardless of their complexion. We failed, not the other way around.
And you have to remember one thing: if you really want things to change, we got to go where the source is. And as long as Bravo and the production feel like this is the content that's going to make them money, this type of things are going to continue to show. So if you're not willing to turn off the television, say, look, I'm not participating by showing my views and participating in the show, then it's going to continue to happen. We can't rely on one person to change something when we ourselves are not doing the action to really change it, which is with these people's pocketbooks is actually profiting and making money at expense of a woman being embarrassed on television.
And the rest of her cast saying it's not happening, even though they're on the receiving end of the privilege.
But if they're watching,
that's the part that pissed me off.
When I tell you Karen messed up.
Yes, I have a problem with Karen. I
lost respect for Karen with that crap.
She messed up.
Even if you don't see it, keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? You do not, as a responsible, especially an elder, you do not, and I repeat, do not negate someone else's experience. If you say that happened to you, sister, I'm with you. You said that happened to you. You don't stand up and say, oh, that doesn't exist. That didn't happen. How dare you? Lala say we should move as a collective to support Wendy and any of our sisters who feel marginalized by colorism. That burden is too heavy to carry alone. Thank you, Lala. I couldn't have said it better myself. And Lisa says we are the most unprotected, most judged on the planet. So sad when we judge each other. I'm also proud of Wendy's reaction. Oh yes, at this point, I don't feel like she don't owe us nothing else.
I'm not referring to her reaction at the time of the
I wasn't either. I'm just saying, like, from what she did from there and how she called it out from there. If she doesn't take any further action, I'm okay with that. I'm basically saying I'm okay with whatever.
So if she's falling in line and she's overly friendly, as if they did not attack her, and she's Kiki in the next season,
that's not my business. It's up to her. If she decides, if she decides to kill them with kindness, that is also her decision.
Because that's how it started at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And to me, her being nice at the beginning of the season has shown Robin, has shown a lot of people who Robin really is. Because also people don't want. I feel like when we talk about the colorism, people are like, oh, I don't know about Ashley. And I don't think Robin is. Wendy has not done a thing since this season has started. And Robin has been acting an entire fool. And she hasn't had to do much of anything.
Exactly. I mean, like I said before, just because on the show she may act a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that's what's happening behind closed doors. We don't know all the conversations that I was having. We don't know all the things that's going on. We just only know what they show on the film. So you can't take kindness for being complacent. I think that's one thing that Nene got really criticized for because people saying, oh, she was always smiling with Andy and blah 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 and happy.
Yep.
And now
that's what they do to you. It's like if somebody abuses you, it's up to you to, I am warrior. Like, no, I don't have to do that. We don't owe anybody that. It's perfectly okay if we decide to behave however we behave after someone does something to us. If I decide to chase you and beat you half to death for the next 20 years, that's my business. If I decide to say I'm gonna kill you with kindness, which I've done when it came to the Clear people, when all them years I worked at that prison, guess what? I was perfectly within my rights to do that too. And I worked in the prisons in the state of Florida. You can't tell me I ain't seen racist folks. And I worked with them. I dealt with them. I didn't remove myself from anything. I didn't show any hostility. I killed them with kindness, and I showed them exactly why I was superior. I never had to say a word.
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like, we always want in this spectrum and referring to colorism, I don't want to even say reverse colorism because that's not a thing, but lighter skinned people, they get treated badly as well. So excuse me for even almost saying that. But I just think like, where is the narrative for progression if we don't see how to handle it?
But my
To
thing
me,
is, but
oh,
is
sorry.
it her responsibility
I
to
didn't
show
say it
you
was
the
her
progression?
responsibility. I don't think
But that's
so.
my whole. But that's my whole point, sis.
I
If
didn't
she
say it
don't
was
have
her
that
responsibility.
responsibility, then I'm not gonna lose no
I never
respect for
tweeted
her and
Wendy
nothing
and
else.
said,
She
"Girl, you
owes us
better da da
nothing.
da da da." I have not said a thing. I have never shamed Wendy because Wendy was an absolute victim. It was triggering. It was hurtful. But I'm saying in the next few episodes,
I
I'm
know what you're
interested.
saying, and I'm
No,
saying,
the chat don't get it.
oh, but stop addressing the chat. It's me and you talk. Me and
No, I
you.
know, but I just don't. I just think that there's a lot of viewpoints that I'm seeing. And
But
I just
don't worry about the chat. Like
no,
when
I'm,
you come
I'm
up
trying
here,
to be
you kicking
respectful
it with
because I
me and the
really am.
girls. You kicking it with me and the girls. I ain't gonna let nobody
I
disrespect you.
just don't
Mhm.
understand the Black community.
Essence, I think the progression is the fact that I see a lot more people on
Addressing
the
it and
social media
Okay,
acknowledging it. And I do.
that's the
There's still the
progression.
people who say it's not happening, but I think the progression is that people are absolutely like a lot of people are like I've seen
They are
again.
acknowledging. Yes.
Yeah. Because again, as I said, I thought I was being the baby saying like, "Oh my god, my eyes water." But I've seen other content creators. I don't know how Seanitra wants, but I saw one where she's like, "I'm a light skinned woman," and she's like, "This I've seen people treat my sister this way," and she's like, "I was absolutely disgusted." And she thought she'd calm down, and if she came to speak, she was still upset. So to me, the progression is that like people are saying like, "We are triggered. This is a problem. This is an issue for us. This needs
There you
something
go.
needs to happen." This is the most I've seen anyone talk
That's
about
right. This is
colorism when
the
it comes to the
biggest.
show.
I agree, Kai. This is the biggest conversation that has been had on a serious basis concerning this topic in recent years. Like it has not happened. It has not happened. So we have progression. But I want to be clear. I understand Daphne's frustration. I do. Especially if she's experienced it, she's lived through it. And we always talk about representation. I think sometimes we want to see the hero look like us. I get it. You want to see somebody fight back who looks like you. The OGs in the world, they matter. But we also have to give room for people who don't have that same fighting spirit necessarily, and they may decide to handle it a different way with more finesse and more diplomacy. We have to leave room for that as well. So I understand her frustration. Her frustration is not invalid.
Yes.
It's very valid. What I'm trying to explain is while it's valid, while I understand it, we want representation, but we want representation in a way that is fulfilling. And I understand for her, it would be fulfilling to see this sister stand up and really step on their necks, in a more assertive kind of way. But however I'm only clarifying because I'm responsible to do so as the elder and also as the person who's in charge of this platform, that however she responds, it is perfectly okay. And she still has my support. I am solidly behind her.
I am too.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it, like other franchise, for example, like Ebony in New York, the way how she handled it. She didn't go gutter with them, but what she did really changed the whole show. That the fact that the show had to be rebooted, and everything she did really was behind the scenes. And again, I'm waiting to see what's going on with Beverly Hills versus Garcelle because they have to put that on hold. Because I'm like wondering if what's going on. So not all the time you have to be like confronting them. Sometimes you really have to do the diplomacy behind the closed doors because again, Bravo and production do play a part because they're airing the show. They have the opportunity to not even show any of the scenes and they chose to show it. And they're doing it to make the money. So again, yes, we're mad with how the ladies are treated them, but Bravo and production is allowing it because they're making money off of it.
They're making money off it. I'm gonna tell you something else. I think where they're concerned, they're afraid to kind of try to do a cover up, because once it comes out, as bad as this situation is, and the fact that Wendy's gone and talked about what they did to her, if they try to do a cover up, I think that would make it worse, and I think they know that would make it worse. And Deandra is telling the truth. She said, I promise you, kindness is one of the best ways to put a person in their place because they already have the expectations of how we're supposed to respond. You better tell it. I did 16 years with DOC. I can tell you.
No, I think that's a very
sometimes
good
that smile in their face, when somebody hates you that much, sometimes that smile in their face is like a dagger in their chest.
And I think that's a very fair point in the sense that, to me, other than Karen, the only people who are using this platform or who are actively trying to do something with it have been Candace, and now we see Wendy. Every season she's coming back and trying to do something else, and people are making fun of her for it, but she's still trying to figure out what else can I do now that I have this opportunity. And I think it's a point of like, girl, because even Candace says this, I'm not gonna let y'all cut me my check and these opportunities for what? For y'all heifers when this is the only thing you got?
Right, exactly. Because for those ladies, this is an additional stream of income. When you look at a Robin at a Robert and Rings, like this is their stream of income. Robert is not fooling me with them gas station hats. This is your stream of income, baby. This right here. Because even with them little gas station hats, she's scared to death because people was all online on her Instagram talking about they gonna cancel their orders. So the 15 people who was able to buy hats say they gonna cancel the orders. They don't even want them.
And that's kind of
I'm interested to see how the dynamics are moving forward. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I wanna see how. I'm more interested to see how Bravo handles themselves.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I want to.
That's what I want to see. What y'all gonna do now? Because at the
exactly.
end of the day, Black women are your audience,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and the sisters have spoken, and the majority of us are offended.
They're gonna sacrifice Mia. That's what.
So now the question is, what is
But
she
Mia's
gonna
not enough.
Mia ain't
Mia's
enough,
not enough.
baby. Listen, the village has spoken, and we pissed off with Robert. Now Rings kept her mouth shut. Rings pulled the strings and sat in her seat and kept chewing, just like Rasputia. But Robert done pissed off the village too. So now what is we gonna do?
I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see because I think they're gonna sacrifice Mia and try to move on.
But that ain't gonna work. We got a problem with Robert.
When I say bad timing for Robert, you did the wrong thing and it's the wrong time that it's airing. Robert,
she's showing her arrogance. She's showing her arrogance.
We gotta talk about little Robert. We gotta talk about little Robert.
Oh, you mean Juan's roommate?
His
they
homeboy.
have been busting that woman.
Black Tornado say, I wonder how the Reasonable Shady Live show in New York is gonna go tomorrow. Ooh, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine because listen, y'all was mad. Y'all was mad. Y'all was cussing people out on Twitter, running people off of Twitter. Y'all was mad in real life for hours and hours and days and days. So I don't know how they little podcast supposed to go tomorrow. Nisa say Bravo is who I want to hear from. Forget Andy too. I want to hear from the head honcho. Say it again. That's what I'm gonna need to know about. Alex say that's why Robin mad. Her whole life is upside down. Her man has allegations. She can't ship her Alibaba cap sometimes. It's so crazy. I ain't fooling with you. Keisha say, Essence, are you comfortable sharing with us your personal scenario? No, we're not going there because we'll be here all night. Every sister in here has an experience. I don't care whether you lighter, middle, dark, exquisitely dark. Everybody has a story. We'll be here all night, and we can't do all night because we got a sipping craft. I got my liquor, I got my glue gun, I got my glitter.
Ooh.
And it's finna be on. So we can't do that. I don't get me wrong, sis. I love you. I would love to do that. Maybe we'll have to set up another time to really just have like a fireside chat about colorism and let people talk about their personal experiences. But I just know that can run long. You know what I mean? Because most of us don't have one story. You got multiple things. I'm sure Essence she told us she had multiple situations. I went through multiple situations. Kai has, I'm sure. Allie has, I'm sure. Everybody in the chat has. Everybody got them stories. No, don't be sorry. That's a good idea. It's just we can't do it tonight. That's all I'm saying because I got my drink ready.
When I tell you my insomnia has not been working this week because everybody having all these lives, I've been on here with you forever, with everyone forever. Because as you said, you can run your mouth for hours with this.
Yes.
When I tell you they messed up.
This is one of those subjects that can run long because it touches so many people. And I think that people become also impassioned. People become impassioned because of the things they've gone through. So sometimes it becomes even like with Essence just expressing like how she felt and her frustration and how she saw things. You know what I'm saying? People got impassioned because they felt like maybe she was trying to, you know, what I'm saying? And it's like people get impassioned because it's like, hey, I've experienced that. I don't want to be judged. So it's like it's one of those things that it's not a surface level conversation.
I stand with Wendy.
It's not.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it as my name.
That's right. And you
But
know,
I definitely do. I'm just thinking in ways of progression. Maybe I'm 50 years in the future with it. I don't know.
that's all
Hopefully
right.
not.
And guess what?
I
And
need
we
to see something.
and guess what though? And we stand with you.
Mm-hmm.
See,
thank you.
that's what we gotta normalize. Even if I don't like something about what somebody says or what somebody does or whatever, that's still my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta normalize that. We got to
Yeah.
be able to call out what ain't right, talk about what's right, talk about what's wrong. The ones that are absolutely just dead wrong, if they that far off code, then we just got to call it what it is. But we got to be able to talk about right and wrong and still keep it real.
And I
Yeah,
would
that's
never
it. Share it. Because my thing is with this, I think the show also shows a lot of people who don't want to acknowledge it, and they're in our community. Because now, I go on the brothers channel, Gabor. I've been called now condescending when I'm talking about colorism. Someone was in the comments saying I'm light skinned, so I shouldn't talk about it. I'm trying too hard. I'm like, girl, I am very much so brown. I've always said I'm brown, and I read them together. They deleted the whole comment thread.
And
Because
even
I'm
if
just,
you weren't, you have a valid
but
opinion.
that's what I said too. It's just because people are so I think some of us are so adverse. This is an issue that yes came from white supremacy, but right now we're in control to change it. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to say that we're empowered to do something right now. So women try to tell me I'm light skinned, so I shouldn't be talking. I told her even if I was light skinned, I should be talking to help dismantle it.
That's all the more reason why you have to talk.
Thank you. But yeah,
That's all the more reason. I think that we have more so a responsibility to our sisters. Like, look, if there's a chance that somebody who would listen to me who might not listen to Kai, then I need to say it. Then I need to say it. I have a responsibility to say it. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're supposed to do. If somebody feels like, okay, what I can hear it from this person, but not from that person, then if your lighter complexion gets you a larger platform or a bigger audience, then you have a responsibility to get it across the goal line. Get it in there.
But you don't have to in Wendy's case, because that's exactly what I was trying to say.
But no, that's something different because I'm not a victim. What I am is an ally, a sister, an observer. And I have every right to outcry and say, hey, what you did to my sister is wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
That sister was victimized. A victim has no responsibility to anybody except to do what's best for herself.
I understand. And I appreciate you saying that. I really do. Because
And that's why I say, you know, when it comes to you, I would do the same thing for you. I wouldn't let nobody run up and say, Essence should have did this when they did that. No, Essence should have did just what the hell she did, and you need to mind your business.
Exactly.
I would do the same for you. I wouldn't let nobody tell you how you better respond or how you need to respond because of whatever. Just like I feel protective over Wendy's right, I feel the same protection over you.
I'm speaking from a place of progression. That's
I
all.
understand,
But I appreciate what you're saying to me, and I understand. I understand. I see exactly what you're saying. So I do apologize.
Don't apologize.
No,
Listen, your thoughts and feelings are valid. When you said it's frustrating, I felt you. It is frustrating. Nobody should be beating you over the head for being frustrated. It is frustrating. These are the type of things that shouldn't be happening. You have every right to be frustrated.
How am I victimizing? When I don't understand. I know you don't want me to directly address the chat, but I feel like this is a great conversation, even if it's just a small amount of people. I just think that when it comes to colorism and the fact that it's ongoing and it keeps happening year after year after year, where is the representation of a victim who finally stands up and says, this does not faze me. Your power is done. This is not 1935. Okay. You could talk about my hair. You could talk about the way I look, but I don't care. And to your point, Ms. Seanitra, last time I was on here, The most hated woman is a Black woman who was put together. And I don't want to do the whole skin tone thing because I see that was triggering as well. Any Black woman, period. But when listen, I've been there, and I'm not. I have left college not too long ago, and I'm just
Mhm.
a victim of bullying. Period. I don't know what it is about me. People just bully me. But what I do is I make sure when I step up, my hair is done, my makeup is together, my hygiene is right, and I look put together. And that is how I come in. And when people still try to bully me, I give it. Girl, bye. You wish you could. So my thing is, where is the representation of a victim of colorism on a large scale who responds in that way? That is all I'm not talking about what
I
happened
feel
to
you.
Wendy at the
But
dinner table. I'm talking about beyond. I'm talking about after that. Okay, I've been
I
abused.
get it. I understand. Like literally, I'm telling you, I understand. OG served us that. OG Ogum served us that. She did that. But there's also
She did.
other ways to respond. And like I said, I understand your frustration. Like I would want to see that too. Like hell, we all would love. We all like seeing that. But the truth is, she don't owe us that, and I don't want that to be. I don't want that to be a trope that we start walking around with. Like, oh, she should have did this, or oh, I don't like that because see now she's smiling. Like, no, if she decided to take it the way Ogum took it, then shout out to her. But if she decides to go another way, still shout out to her.
I received that. I received that, and I think OG's response to the colorism is the exact, like you said, the exact trope or stereotype that they wanted her to have. So this is why I'm saying, moving forward, I believe in Wendy. I stand with Wendy. I already said that she is a wonderful role model. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that she will handle it with grace, but I feel a certain amount of like insecurity in that because I can see how easy it is to turn a blind eye to when people
Mm.
are treating you a specific kind of way, which is why I said, and I will say it again,
Yeah,
in future episodes.
I feel you.
I know, but I'm just reiterating for specific people. In future episodes, I will be disheartened if not pretends, if Wendy, goes about it in a way whereas they're kind of getting away with it just a little bit too much
But
on
don't
this television.
and while I do feel you, I'm gonna just say this.
I ain't gonna say
Don't
nothing.
but don't look at it like that. Just don't look at it like that because what you call getting away with it, they might not be getting away with nothing. It's just she not handling it in a way that you would be comfortable seeing.
Okay,
And
touche.
still she has every right.
Agreed. I feel that. I hear
And
that.
let's get this point too. Wendy's a type of girl that has a vagine tattoo. I know she was holding it back real tight and cute. That woman and Eddie are tatted up. I know she was holding it back real tight and cute because she said these heifers. She almost had but the security guard he even knew. He even knew Wendy girl. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. But she
Yeah.
was even about ready to. That's a vagine tattoo woman. I know that woman. And she don't like to be tried. But again, I guess it's like playing smart, but you also don't want to just like play it real. And it's real is like, I'm not turning a blind eye to you and your nastiness. But I think
Yes.
also the main point with this situation is that the women are lighting themselves on fire. You don't even
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
anything. They're like Karen is like done did this thing with her YouTube channel. Ashley came out, I'm not a colorist, yet you the same heifer who's on the internet talking about people's hair and stuff and saying Candace had
Yeah,
a color complexion
yeah.
issue, even though you're the one saying you're married to that old crusty man because he looks like your daddy. Like
Hmm.
there,
Yeah.
you are doing it to your Robin and the phone. Giselle, she's staying quiet, so I don't know how she's gonna trip herself up too much in this situation particularly. But Giselle has already been on interviews and stuff talking about how Potomac was great because the world had never seen light-skinned, light-eyed, educated Black women, which is really the reason why she has an issue with Wendy now because she can't tell her education over Karen when someone else has a PhD on the cast and now Candace has her master's. So they're lighting
Mhm.
themselves on fire without them really having to do. Oh, Giselle has
Yeah.
the Kristen Candace issue as well. So they are lighting themselves on fire right now.
Can I ask your opinion on something then, Kai? With that
Yeah.
being said, do you feel like with them lighting themselves on fire, do you feel like it is important whether or not Wendy responds to her abuse in a specific way? Or do you think that the situation will kind of like, take us into a better place as far as colorism? organically?
Okay. I'm with you in the sense like I would like for her to respond a certain way, but I'm not going to judge her for not responding a certain way. I think regardless of how I want her to respond, I feel like I'd rather her play it smart because again, I already see how people are trying to make it her responsibility for the way she responded to someone trying to pick a fight with her and throwing a drink and a purse and a phone at her. So to me, I feel like it's better for them to light themselves on fire and then holding Bravo accountable for holding them accountable versus Wendy having to like really go on the attack. Because again, as I said, like I told you, like my stepdad, he's Nigerian, my mom's Jamaican, my dad's side family's from here. So I've heard all the stereotypes from the Black Americans to the Black immigrants, and the xenophobia I've seen just from the way people are trying to justify like Mia threw water on that girl is crazy. The way people are trying to downgrade her education because Mia wanted to throw up being a Black CEO. So she did the basic thing, responding saying, "Girl, I'm a boss. I don't need to." Oh my gosh, she's always talking about having a PhD and all that kind of stuff. When Potomac was literally made for education and pedigree Black people. That's what Potomac is supposed to be about. Now that we have one, all of a sudden it's this big issue because now you've gotten used to Robin being foreclosure, living up her daddy, her baby daddy and all that kind of stuff, her ex-husband. And her parents are paying her bills, but no one wants to talk about that because it's all about Candace and her generational wealth. So to me, I rather them light themselves on fire because I already see how some people are already trying to find a way to make Wendy the issue.
And that's the thing that I want to avoid. I don't care what she does after being attacked. She's right. Period.
I understand. You want her to slay the bigger beast, and I get it.
I want her to slay whatever she needs to slay for her to be okay. Yeah. Because all too often when Black women are victims, then we're pressured to be martyrs and representations for an entire movement and for an entire social issue that we did not create. We were simply born into it. So I want Wendy to do whatever Wendy needs to do for Wendy to be okay, because what they did to Wendy. The social issue is why we're having these conversations. The social issue needs to be handled among Black people, not on the back of one sister, because that's muling. And I don't believe that sisters should be pressured into being mules for the community. The community is supposed to protect its women, and the community has done a piss poor job.
Agree.
That woman was a victim and she owes us nothing.
And like I said, Wendy, out of all the group, really is the most smartest one. And when she does things, she does it strategically. And I know at the end of the day, for her, it's going to be about her family first and what's best for her. That's why I'm not worried about how Wendy moves going forward, because I have full confidence that she's going to make the right decisions, So that's never an issue. I just want to see myself what Bravo and production going to do.
That's what I want to see too.
That's the bigger issue is colorism.
Yeah, is what the hell is Bravo going to do? Because Bravo has been fostering this mess and pushing it up for a long time. They've been profiting from it. A lot of us have been making noise, and they've been pretending not to hear us, and now the village is spoken.
And that's why
what y'all going to do?
Exactly. That's why I'm going to keep it back up with that again, regardless of what we want to see Wendy do. I'm going to keep saying, but it's Bravo and
Bravo
production making the money. They're the one that's making all this money at the expense of what's happening because they chose to show it. And they know that's what's going to make the money. So they have, to me, in my opinion, the greater responsibility to make it right. When it comes down to the cast members, quote unquote, when it comes to certain content, what decisions you're going to make. Is Mia going to continue? Is Robin going to continue? What you're going to do? That's why they have to put some of the shows on hold, because people are holding them accountable. What you're going to do? What you're going to do? Because if these folks come in here, that proves what need to be seen is wrong. And he's fostering a hostile work environment that is
for Black women
and racism.
And you know what else? And I'm glad you said it, because the person we got to thank for that is another sister, Nene Leakes, who sat up there and she did mule for them, and she did get mistreated in the worst sort of way. And who dogpiled on her more than Black folks? The same people that will demand for a sister to mule for them. They'll turn around. The same people you muling for will attack you. How many black people have we heard sit up and say, "Oh, Nene got too big for her britches. Nene need to be humble.
All the
Nene
time.
did this."
All the time. And it was such a
And she
disappointment.
was the one who had the nerve to say, "You old colorist, not colorist, you old racist," because that's who the hell he is. And
Yep.
what did I hear but black people and black bloggers going live saying stuff like, "But see, that's why you just can't call your boss racist. Why the hell not?"
Exactly.
If she had not done it, and
Okay.
it came out, if she had not done it and it came out 20 years later, somebody would have said, "Well, see what she should have did. See, she should have stood up. She should have called it out." But when you stand up and you call it out and you go muling for your people, it's your same people that will come and beat you across your back and start helping massa attack you.
And the thing what
So I
bothered me
don't
is,
blame any sister who says, "I'm not going to mule for you."
and what I mean is I follow Nene, and Nene said that she's been
But
trying to have
what I'm saying is
conversations.
this. Besides that, what I'm saying is this: the fact that we're having this conversation, the fact that Bravo's feet are being held to the fire, are in large part due to Lanithia Monique Leak standing up and saying, "You old racist."
Amen.
So see, when you go muling, yeah, it'll make a change, but the change that's made and the people who now got the balls to talk, they're not even gonna go back and say, "Sister, we was wrong for how we did you." So I'm not knocking no sister that decide not to go do that. Yeah, we tired of this strong stuff. That strong black woman trope. I want y'all to flush it. It's a floater.
Yes. I'm a
It's
suburban
a floater.
princess.
Because at the end of the day, I'm one of those people who have the misfortune of naturally being a strong personality, a strong person physically, spiritually, and everything else. And I do mean misfortune, because those of us who are naturally strong, the world will demonize you. I can't tell you the amount of attacks that I have suffered from family and friend and foe. And the truth of the matter is, nobody checks on you. Everybody assumes you'll be just fine. You can literally get shot, as Meg the Stallion, and you will become the villain. It don't matter what happens to you when they see you as strong. And we need to kill that. I'm not pushing for no sister to mule for our community. The question is, when will our men stand up? When will our men be men and stop putting pressure on sisters to be defenders? We owe nobody nothing. We still here standing and we still exist and we're still flourishing because of our sisters. I personally just feel like it's time to tag the men in. Why on earth is all the pressure on the women all the time? I'm tired of it.
Amen.
I'm sick of it. I raised 2 daughters, and I'm not putting pressure on either one of my daughters that you have to be the strong black woman. The lies you tell, and we don't need to put that kind of pressure on our sisters.
Can you give an example of what do you mean?
What you mean?
No, I'm following you. But when you say like you don't have to be the strong black woman, like what would be an example of that?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Like, it's literally tattooed on us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't understand. I'm not being funny, baby, but what example do you need? What example do you need? That is always the perception and the pressure that's put on black women. We can be victims, and we still got to try to show that we're strong while being victims. If that sister decide to fold, she folds, and I still stand with her. If she decide to cry, she cries, and I stand with her. We can't even admit that we hurt. Literally, men will abuse us, and there's pressure on black women to walk around saying stuff like, "He ain't hurt me." You lie. He hurt you. He broke you. And it's not a crime to be weak. Guess what? Weakness is afforded to women in every other community except ours. We are the only set of women who are never given the luxury of just being women. We're never given that luxury. And it's so bad and it's so ingrained in our community that we don't even see the crime that we're perpetuating against our daughters. We owe them better, and we failed. We owe them better.
I see that, because personally for me, I went through a lot.
Those people in this place, in this plantation, that we call America. Some of us woke up here. Some of our folks got on boats and came over here in planes and trains and automobiles, and they came on their own. But some of us woke up here in this plantation called America. In the wake of the African Holocaust that's never talked about, never televised. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, they'll tell you what happened over there in Auschwitz, never forget. We woke up in a place where they saw us as animals.
Mm-hmm.
They treated us like animals. And now we've been so conditioned, and the shackles are on your brain to the extent that now we treat each other like animals.
Mm-hmm.
We look at our own sisters, and we'll see somebody who looks nothing like us. And they'll say, well, I want to represent you. I want to just erase you. And you'll have our own sister saying, well, ain't nothing wrong with it, when it is something wrong with it. We'll see these same people who are there to erase us, to say that our version of femininity isn't valid. And then when these Black women, the Candaces, the Wendys, the Lanithias, the OGs, who speak and just voice their opinions and try to defend themselves or just get into normal conversations with other women, it becomes aggressive. It's aggressive. It's offensive. It's annoying. Why won't she shut up? How about if other women got a right to talk? How about Black women got a right to talk too? We can talk. If something happens to us, it's okay if we're just victims. We do not have to be activists. Some of us are, and some of us have paid the price, and we paid prices that some of you would never imagine in your lives.
Amen.
Some of us have paid the price. I'm somebody who's been a part of the conscious community, and I've been an activist almost as long as I've left my mama's house. Some of us have paid the real price, not getting on the internet typing, getting carpal tunnel. But for any one of our sisters that does not want to be strong, doesn't want to be the activist, does not want to mule, they don't have to. And they got sisters like me that will defend their right not to have to. LJ Forever, thank you for the super chat. Say, for the collection plate, you better preach. Y'all know I got to keep it real. We don't owe it to nobody. Have we not given all?
Mm-hmm.
What have we not given this place?
And continue to give all.
Thank you. They've taken our children.
Yeah.
They've rendered our men useless.
Yes.
They've taken your pride, your femininity, your womanhood. What else do we owe these people? That's
and I
all.
want to thank you.
What
I
else
want
do
to thank
we
you
owe?
for saying all of this, because I feel like your response to my viewpoint is so amazing. And sometimes you need somebody with more wisdom to say things and enlighten you a little bit, because I would have never thought that me wanting her to be a positive representation was taken away from the fact that she deserves to grieve or sit in the pain that she experienced. I would have never thought about that. So I want to say thank you. And that's why I am a subscriber to your channel, because from the moment I've ever heard you speak, I was like, wow. I'm going to make sure that I give you your flowers, and that I'm not just taking what you're saying and it's going over my head. I'm actively listening to you, and I'm understanding, and I'm appreciating.
And you know what? I appreciate you. And that's why I say these conversations are important. I don't want anybody to go away. I don't want to throw anybody away. Like, we all need to stay up in these spaces and have a place to talk and get it out, because if you don't hear other people's viewpoints, you'll never understand where they're coming from. Like, we need this type of discourse. It's important.
Yep. And I'll pass it along, and I will pass it along, because
you're welcome here. I don't ever want you to feel like you're not welcome here because you didn't understand something.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, that wouldn't be fair. That would not be fair. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I want you to be in this space. You have a place in this conversation. You are not the only person who might have seen things one way or the other. And there's no way for any of us to change our minds or come to a different understanding without actually sitting down and talking.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And talking with people with love, not with insults and jabs. Just, just love.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we need. Like, that's why I have a problem when I see men stepping into our spaces and pitting women against each other. Like, we ain't got nobody but us. And I don't know if y'all know that, but we ain't got nobody but us.
Mhm.
That's all we got.
That's right.
We got. Andrea Rogers, thank you so much for the super chat. Say thank you for enlightening me such wise words. I appreciate you. Thanks for the support. And to our good sis Melissa Watkins, thank you so much for the cash app. My sister's blessing me.
Yes, I'm gonna send one too. Because
Look, I'm gonna get me some margaritas. Let me find out. Y'all know I love me a margarita. You deserve
Yeah, no, thank you both. Because we always have to talk to one another, and that's how you get to figure out where do we get to come to the middle. Are you seeing my perspective? Am I seeing your perspective? Where am I wrong? Are we both right? And we just stay on our sides so we can come to an agreement. Yeah.
That's what you need. Because guess what? Essence talked about her frustration and how she was feeling. And like that's why I told her how you feel is valid, baby. Say that. Guess what? She said it, and I bet you somebody else felt the same way and they didn't say it. But if nobody ever says the things that everybody is afraid to say, like, how do you ever get to a point where we all get an understanding? How do we get there? If we get this big energy, like, you bet not say what we don't agree with. No.
Yeah, because I'm tired, Miss Seanitra. I am tired. I'm tired of colorism. I think that I have my own wounds that are not healed. It's evident to me in this very moment. I have wounds that are not healed. And so for me,
and it's not your fault.
Yeah,
let me be the person to say it to you. It's not your fault.
Well,
you are not at fault for wanting to see a hero in a situation that you've been in.
Okay.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong for that. When I hear you talk, you know what I hear? I hear a little girl, and I'm not demeaning you, but I hear a little girl that has been picked on, pushed down, marginalized, mistreated, sometimes by the people that she loved and trusted the most. And you just want to see a hero that looks like you.
Amen.
And I feel you. Like, literally, I feel you. And you're not wrong for feeling that way. You're not. We're wrong for allowing you to ever go through it. And I'm saying we because the entire community is responsible. Deandra said the strong should bear the infirmities of the weak. Amen. I am my sisters and brothers keeper. Essence, we glad you here. And the fact that you want to learn is amazing. That's right.
Essence, I think we're around the same age, and I think one thing for me that Potomac has helped with is the fact that I do think it was scary for Candace and Wendy to talk about colors in the first place, because as soon as they did, all the other women said, I don't believe in that. I don't. So I think, to me, seeing these women, from the OGs to whoever else, at least being able to say what it is and know that for sure people are going to be on the other end saying that's not it. Because I even heard people say, oh, well, Candace or Wendy only bring this up because people don't like them, or like, she's just always trying to justify what she does. I'm just kind of like, well, if that's what she's feeling? Because I heard Candace in an interview say that it was for a while that she didn't even know it was colorism because she grew up around white people. So she always heard oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, or like you're all that kind of stuff, because she's always been the black person in the group and not necessarily the dark skinned black person amongst black people. So she said when it came to her and Ashley, it took her a while because she's like, I was confused for a very long time. I felt like we were both doing the same thing, but I kept getting so much hate for like it. And she's like, I felt we were doing the same thing. And she's like, I'd rather take a sit down and like talk to my other friends in my community and be like, what is this? And so I think that to me is a bit of progress in the sense that people are sitting down and like really trying to take in what their experiences are, and then having the mouth like you to really say, this is what it is and this is how it makes me feel, regardless of how you feel about it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's just, I don't know. I thank God for these moments where we can really sit down and rub minds together, put our brains together. And I think that, anytime there's an opportunity for any of us elders to sit down with the young ones and talk, we should, and I think it's important that we do it with patience and with love, not getting frustrated, not being, short patient. Like, we can't do that. You know what I mean? These spaces are so important. Like, we running late on the crafting, the sipping crafting. I'm finna go because listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna craft and I'm gonna sip, and I'm probably gonna do more sipping than crafting. But I really appreciate y'all. Keisha E, thank you so much for the Cash App. I didn't even know you was here, sis, because I ain't see you in the chat. Huh?
What is your Cash App?
Oh, it's scrolling on the screen. You ain't see it?
It sure
Can
is.
you see it scrolling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I need glasses.
Yeah, I figured it might be quicker to show it to you than to try to type it in the chat, because y'all know me and technology now. Y'all know.
Can I just say one thing? I know
Hey,
that
Auntie Eva, I'm so sorry. Hey, I'm sorry,
that's
sis.
okay. I was listening. I wanted everybody to get out, what they wanted to say. But to Essence, I want to say, not to just Essence, to everybody, I want to say, this can be a watershed moment, because it's not just us that are having this conversation. Like,
Right.
I think it was he said, they're having this conversation on all so many platforms, and everybody is enraged about what they saw, and they're expressing this. So this is a moment where, and not just women, men too.
That's right.
So here's a moment where we, perhaps as a people, can come together behind such an issue and lift up Wendy, and lift up Candace, and lift up our sisters who have been going through this and have been treated this way, and let these sponsors and networks know we ain't having it.
That's right.
We don't like it.
That's
We
right.
ain't
You
having
will
it.
not
We
mistreat
ain't
our
gonna watch your
sisters.
show. Sponsors,
That's
we
right.
ain't buying your product.
We ain't
I
buying,
don't like
your
ivory
gas
soap.
station hats. That's right.
Right. We ain't buying it.
That's right.
I mean,
you ain't mistreating our sisters.
That's what they did with Rosa. Rosa sat down and everybody else stood up. We ain't riding your bus. They walked. As Seanitra said, they lost weight.
That's right.
So here's a moment where young people, you can get involved. It doesn't have to be on Wendy's shoulders alone. It's us. It was done to us. It was as if it was done to all of us. So keep that passion.
That's right.
And
Don't lose
and
your
yes,
passion.
and be healed. Be healed. We all need to be healed. We all have something that we have suffered living in this place, as is referred to, a plantation. It really is just a plantation.
That's all.
We have just limited liberty, really, when you think about it.
That's right.
But keep that passion and act on it, but act on it responsibly.
That's right.
Go after the sponsors. Go after the networks. Let them hear your voice.
That's right.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Love you.
That's right. We got to let them know. Essence, thank you for the Cash App, sissy. That was so sweet.
Yes, because you know me, I'm looking at the Black community, but I mean, I'm here for dragging, the internalized racism of it all. Mm-hmm. And really, that is where my passion lies, and
the self-hate and all of it. Yeah, we gonna dig in.
That's where my passion is. It has always been since a child. I don't understand it. I don't see the Black community holding up a flashlight or enough anger towards the fact that we have such internalized racism in the community. But we are not there yet, and I am willing to heed and slay the bigger beast. So
yeah, and at the end of the day, it's okay. No matter what you do, it's okay. What's important is that we support each other no matter what. Because all we got is us.
Yep, that is so true.
Make no mistake about that.
Even
all
if
we got is us, baby.
So ignorant.
That's right. And it's like, as long as we keep that in our minds and, recognize that that's what it is, then, then we're on point. Like, that's what's important. All we got is us. As long as we there for each other, back each other up, and we speak with one voice. Listen, I was laughing at y'all for running them people off Twitter, but Auntie was low. Auntie was low proud because I don't understand all the tech stuff that much. I know how to read stuff on Twitter. I might post a little something here and there, but like I was low key proud. I say, oh, these children ain't playing.
I was proud too, because that's the first time ever, and I haven't even ever heard of backlash like this in regards to colorism. Even when it came down to OG, it still kind of got like brushed away
You know what? Now that's a whole nother conversation. I think a lot of hers got brushed away. It was a lot of xenophobia that went on, and that hurt my heart so bad. I'm sitting here like, oh my God, Jesus, my heart bled, because it's like, that is our sister. I don't care which side of this ocean she was born on. That's your sister. That's your cousin. You better check your DNA. How dare you not stand with your sister? That thing hurt my heart so bad.
Me too.
Oh, this one made me upset. That one really hurt me because she stood in it, and she dang near stood in it by herself.
It was so sad.
Yes.
But I must say, before I end this live, I have to say I was very proud of Ogum. I was very proud of her. I was so proud of her. Like, literally, my heart jumped in my chest.
Is Basketball Wives canceled? I know you got to go, but is it canceled? Because I haven't seen it.
No, it ain't canceled.
But no one really watching.
No, it aired this year, but I think a lot of people just shaved off of that show. I know I did.
Yeah, because they weren't them hookers wasn't canceled. No.
But see, that's a different audience too.
That's a whole different audience, because a lot of us started off watching them when they first came out, because we wanted to see what it was going to be about, and I think a lot of us saw, and then we were done.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, this is what y'all bringing. All right, bye.
I wish I was on your channel when that was on.
I know.
That's prime time. You can. I Patreon and see that something.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I could not believe how they treated that sister. That was so evil. I couldn't believe it. I could believe it, but I couldn't. I was so upset. I was not prepared for how they treated that sister at all. But listen, y'all, I don't mean to run y'all up out of here. But if y'all want to go to the craft and sip, channel membership is, what is it, y'all? $2.99. Grab your membership and get ready, because we finna go. We finna get up in here. We finna drink. Glue guns coming out, glitter coming out, Mars coming out, broken glass coming out. We finna make ornaments and table centerpieces and wreaths for doors, and we gonna be hot gluing and all type of nonsense all night long. So we got to go.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing your time with me.
I'll catch up with y'all later. I'm still at work.
Okay, sis.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Y'all too. I love you guys. Y'all made my night. Y'all made my night for sure. So listen, guys. Those of you who are Royal Family members, y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know exactly what it is. So look, if you are a family member and you come into the craft and the craft and sip or sip and craft, depending on which one you're gonna be doing more of. Let me put it like that. I don't know which one you're gonna do more of. However, it is starting in about 15 minutes. Okay, it's starting in about 15 minutes. So the post is up, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that Zoom link over there. Ladies, get your wine, get your whiskey, get your moonshine, get your glue guns, get your glitter, get your all your goodies, and let's go. Okay, we heading over there. Niecy Rose, you got to set up. Listen, for the rest of y'all, listen, if your setup is just a bottle of wine, say that. Get your glass, get your bottle, and let's go. All right. Oh, man. I love y'all right back, man. We about to get up out of here. Like I said, head over to the good old Zoom, our little media room in Zoom. We have so much fun. For those of you who are not Royal Family members, it ain't too late, honey. We do stuff all the time. So if you don't catch us for this one, catch us for the next one, because we gonna have us a ball. I mean to tell you. And please, y'all, remember, if you didn't already, hit that like button. Okay, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And once you hit the notification bell, make sure that you click all, so you'll know every time we go live on this channel. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You're welcome over here. This is a wonderful, loving family. They get silly, they clown a little bit. Black honeybees, there should be a join button under this video. If not, if you hit the description box below the video, there's a link for membership. Okay. And also, what else? Oh, share the video if you get a chance to. That'll be cool. Somebody else might want to sit up and gossip with us or listen in on our conversations and chats. And I think that covers it. So if you come into the good old craft and sip, then I will see you over there. And if not, let me just tell you, from me to you, remember, God loves you, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'll see y'all a little bit later on, all right? Bye, y'all.